wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Know too much, get left in the ditch. CIA scratches, its clicks getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Wiki leaking, now you're thrown into a ditch. You wish the simulation had glitch. You wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Know too much, get left in the ditch. CIA scratches, its clicks getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Wiki leaking, now you're thrown into a ditch. You wish the simulation had glitch. You wanna be rich, but not Seth rich.
I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Wiki leaking out, you dove into a ditch. You wish the simulation had a glitch. You wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. We wanna be energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. If you wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama. Yeah, I got that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
I really had a big like a llama. I whip that thing out like Michael Obama.
We already have it with
I got
Obama.
that big
So
energy.
let's just calm down.
Nobody wanna step to me.
No.
And if you really wanna bring that drama, I whip that ass like Michael Obama. I'm a girl, I'm a girl. 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 I'm a girl, I'm a whip them thing out like Michael Obama. I got that big energy. Ain't nobody wanna step like me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I whip that ass like Michael Obama. Ain't got that clip, bitch. Hung like a llama. I whip that dick out like Michael Obama.
Spread the word with propaganda packs, all for just $40 shipped at paranoidamerican.com.
Paranoid propaganda packs. We got facts on these sticker slaps. So grab yourself a stack and go attack with these paranoid propaganda packs.
These huge all-weather slaps will last in public for years to come. Remind citizens that birds are not real, self-immolation is an option, and might make you magnetic. Do your part and get a propaganda pack today from paranoidamerican.com.
Yeah, paranoid propaganda packs. We got facts on these sticker slaps. So grab yourself a stack and go attack.
Britney Spears, can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
constantly explore the view of possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys. Good guys. It's a secretive society. Advent on philosophies, intentionally, magically good guys. Good guys, good guys. Good guys, witches, weirdos, mischief making. It's okay to change your thinking. Good guys. Good guys, good guys.
Big up yourselves and welcome back to another episode of Secret Society of Good Guys. It is Sunday night and we will try not to kill every celebrity with our meme magic this evening, but we can't promise anything. Welcome back to a 90210 Remembrance episode. I've always been a Kelly girl myself, but big ups to you, Brenda girls out there. Sorry about Miss Walsh dying of the C word. Hi,
Yeah.
Layla.
Hello, hello. Isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic? Friday night we just randomly have a false flag episode. And then next day, shots fired around the world. No, heard around the world. Like literally.
The shot heard around the world. Layla, you just watched me get up and leave this room to get my joint. I don't
Yeah,
even
what
have
happened?
sure, I don't know where my joint went. Hold on, I had to stand up. You know I can't go on with this. Hold on.
Yeah. So ain't that interesting, guys? Like, out of all the episodes that we decided to choose to like talk about, that's the fucking episode. We're like, hey, we don't know what we're going to talk about. How about we just talk about false flag? We didn't even talk about what the topic was. Chaney just decided that's going to be the topic. So be it. And this is not the first time weird shit like this happens with us.
We make you guys all play meme magic and intentions with us. This is what it all is. You might not believe in it, but mysticism and magic and spells and everything is very real. And so there are things like voodoo dolls that people put all this intention into to make it seem like you so they can injure your essence. And there's people that do like 5D chess or go into battles and like carve out little figures to go into battles because doing that kind of LARP is high magic. And so they play out this scene over and over again. So we put up a false flag episode, how we do, and we try not to kill certain celebrities over the weekend, but I do feel like we took usually how much happens between Friday and Sunday?
Comes in threes, baby.
Comes in threes. I feel like Abbie just came in for a second and then she left.
Yeah, she is actually driving home. She was actually with me for the weekend. If you guys new to the show or wasn't here on Friday, she came to Panama City Beach with her daughters, and we hung out any moment we could because I was working and all these other things going on in my life, and we made time for each other, and it was great. We had a great time, and she's on the road. She's probably, I don't know, Memphis from Oklahoma. How long does that take?
It's pretty awesome though, internet friends in real life. I wish I had something that I made you, Abbie, so everyone would know you're here. Oh wait, I do have something when you're here that we can
Yay.
hang out with.
Yeah, we all. There you go. Bada bing, bada
Can
boom.
you hear us?
On that note, hello.
Hello, darling.
How's
Miss
your
you
drive?
already.
I know I missed you so bad. I had so much fun with you this weekend. It's so nice being around each other in person. Like for anybody,
Yeah, it really
I
is.
know how many people think Layla is beautiful just by watching her online, but
Oh,
seeing her in
stop.
person is just like a whole other thing. She's
Oh,
very
stop.
captivating.
I love you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Girl, it's just you being you, me being me, and we all like, people can read that energy. It's just strange to watch it. Like we turned on that Marilyn Monroe effect, I guess. And it's like we drew the room, we controlled the room, like we brought the energy into the room, like anywhere we went. But it was a really great time when you're in your authentic, where you just don't give two fucks.
I love watching you like when music's on. It's like it doesn't matter what genre it is, you're moving. Like you feel it. I love
Yeah.
it.
I just want to have a good time. I just want to let it out, Let it all out.
Do you think there's something kind of And I know both of you, and I've known you guys for a while now in this whole journey. You're both internet friends of mine are internet friends in real life. Do you think you guys are riding a different authenticity than a lot of people in the world, and so when you're around each other's authenticity, it feels nice?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a
Feels so good.
positive energy between like, or just like, let's just have a good time, man. Who gives a fuck who's here? Like I said it. Are we ever gonna see these people ever again? Nope. Let's just have a good time. And that's it. And that's what we did. And it was just like the amount of the attention Abbie was getting, the amount of people that were coming up to Abbie, it's crazy. Like they were just like, "Oh wow, I don't know what they were saying to her. Like she can speak for herself more than I can for her, but
Oh my god.
um
One guy
yeah."
just asked me if he could dance with me, and I was like, I just straight up look at him and I go, nope. And I turned around and just continued dancing with Layla. And then another guy goes, where are you from? And I go, I'm married. I just like shut it down.
Yeah.
Well,
Me, I'm just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like I'll give him a whole spiel like, "Tonight, my friend just came in from town and we're just having a girls' night, so we're not really dancing with anybody. We're just having a good time, just vibing." So I'll just give him explanation, but I appreciate it though. You're so sweet.
I think I
that's so he'll
normally
shoot his
am like
shot
that.
again. You don't wanna
Yeah.
you don't wanna put him down so much he doesn't ever have the bravery to go up to another woman and ask again. So Layla is, like, big ups a dude that is brave enough to go up to her and actually ask her that she's like, "Homie, I big up you. You don't have a shot in hell, but keep the courage up because, like, this, you don't have a chance, and it's crazy that you think you did, but I do want you to keep trying."
It's not even that. It's not
But,
even
I mean,
that.
sometimes don't you
Yeah.
think it's funny the guys that are brave enough to ask, you're like, "Huh, this motherfucker don't give a shit that we're not even in the same ball field, like, we're not
Yeah.
even in the same sport."
And I said
You know?
that to Abbie last night oddly, like it's exactly what you said. It's just so strange. And on top of that, I'm very intimidating when like I could be so nice and turn people down gently, but it's just like, damn, like how do I go up to her? No, you can't go up to me that easily. Like they
See,
know it.
I'm not normally like that. I'm normally the nice person, but I was just like, I'm just not feeling it tonight, so I don't owe you shit. I'm just saying
I
no.
forgot Abby's butt's still up. I need a different picture of Abby, I can't have just that one up the whole time. For anyone
Yeah, it's a
just
little
tuning in,
awkward.
and it's just Layla and I sitting here with this, like, bodybuilder woman between us that no the unexplained. I will say for technical reasons, I don't know why we didn't show up on X tonight under the secret S of good G. Usually we're on X and everything
Really?
the same, but for some reason we didn't pop up on X. So you can find us on Rumble, YouTube at Project Chaney and Secret Society of Good Guys, or yeah, X. Secret S of Good G. Make sure you like and subscribe to all those places just in case we get in trouble. Because even when I sent Thomas the episode for Friday, when I sent him the thumbnail for false flags, he said, I thought you wanted to stay on YouTube.
Oh shit.
Did
Like,
we get flagged or no?
no, we
No?
didn't get in
Okay,
trouble at
good.
all. And so I'm like, okay, cool.
Mhm.
The other thing I will tell you is that a lot of it is from the Q maps. Like when I try to figure out what we're going to talk about this week, I just pull deltas out of Q and then we'll put it on the Friday night. So it seems soothsayy, but really I just know the script.
Mhm. And the fight, fight, fight.
Yeah, so I know a lot of
Mhm.
you guys are haters out there. But I usually find most people that mostly hate on Q is because they never learned how to read the maps and because they knew somebody in their life that was making predictions to dates every other day. And so they don't trust a date that Q never said. And we're on the script, in my opinion. We're going to talk about the Trump assassination attempt tonight. Um, but in the good thing, I have to say, I know a black pilled thing that everybody out there that's too cool for school would say. Everything's a psyop, but the exact same way you could say that if you were glittery red pilled would be called the world knowing everything's a psyop would be called the Great Awakening. And
That
it's
too,
just
yeah.
funny to me how long the Anons have said this day was going to come and how mad the black pills are. But all the people that hate Trump or say they hate politics or say you're a retard for paying attention legitimately are the ones forcing you to pay attention by posting it all over their feed to get clicks.
Yeah.
So all the black pills are essentially just doing all the same things that CNN. They're like Anderson Coopering you. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm better than you. You're so stupid for believing in this, but I'm gonna repost it. It's just
You
an
know,
interesting take of the like, I'm better than you crowd. I'm
well,
smarter than you crowd.
I mean, it's easy to make post those posts. Like I saw a very interesting post and I was like, should I post it or should I
Why
not
can't I
post it?
post it?
But I didn't post it because it could be that black pill information. And it was
Yeah.
mainly about the man who was on the roof pointing at the so-called shooter, the whoever that person was. I don't know who this individual is still. I don't know if I should believe what they're feeding us, but it came from that Secret Service agent's mouth who was facing the shooter, and he was told not to shoot the man by the higher up, his, I forgot what it was called, and that was directly from him, supposedly. So I'm like, is this something that I could share, or is just this adding information that's maybe misinformation that's just going to scramble people's minds even more? So now I'm just like taking the information that I am questioning now, but like keeping it for myself and not posting it just to fuck with people's heads, because a lot of that was happening and it was fucking with people's heads, like the misinformation of Q and
But this is
Trump
the
and
whole thing too.
mhm,
I notice a lot of people out there too saying misinformation, misinformation. Everything you fucking know is
is
misinformation. Every single fucking thing. What do I have to wait for Fox News to post it before we all agree this is the official story or I'm going to get
true.
PolitiFact about it? We're allowed to post whatever we fucking find because we're the
That's
news
true.
now. And this is how we get to the bottom of it. A silly thing would be if I had a news network that I took a tweet and ran with a false narrative, which they do every single fucking day about every single fucking thing. So I just think, oh my gosh, are you telling me my grandma just said false flag? Are you telling me that the lady sitting next to me at work just said psyop? I think they're all waking up, but this is what you all wanted. And now that they're all here, you're like, wait, this is my information. I'm the cool kid. I'm the conspiracy theorist. You guys aren't allowed to come here. So the second you guys all show up at my party, I'm going to say, you guys are all stupid for thinking this, even though I was the one. It's just like, I like that's the part that's crazy to me is like the kids still like playing like there's lunchroom tables and they're gonna sit at the cool kid table and mock everybody else by putting out the exact same information, just telling you, oh, this isn't real ahead of time. This is a psyop ahead of time. No fucking shit. No fucking shit. Thanks for telling me the obvious. That's what I feel like over and over again. Like, thanks, Captain Obvious. Like,
Yeah.
welcome to the party, pal. That's what I really feel like. I feel like Bruce Willis with no shoes on, wraps around my feet, walking through glass, looking out. Welcome to the party, pal. And now you get to sit there and you get to be the arbiter of a person with a whole bunch of information when all the normie people on the street are like, what do they mean by false flag? And you can say, like 9/11. Look how many cans of worms this opens. Let's talk about the Secret Service. Trump has always kept his own private security force.
Yeah.
His own private security force the entire time. He's never just went with the Secret Service because there's been probably a minimum of 30 assassination attempts on Donald Trump's life since he was in office.
Yeah.
You're crazy. There was the missile that was shot out from Hawaii. There was the SeaTac plane. Those were all ways that were future assassination attempts on Donald Trump. When he says walking down the golden escalator, he is mocking their Simpsons prediction because he didn't get shot on the escalator. So when you see all these dildos talk about, look at the Simpsons was wrong because that dildo Matt Groening or Growling or whatever his fucking name is has the script. He's a fucking Illuminati, and this is the first time their script went awry.
Mm,
Like we've been
man.
abiding by it the whole entire time.
So we got the time traveling tropes.
That head turn, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, if he was facing the audience directly, the cameras, that would have went straight through. Straight through. That's all I'm saying.
Rye or Die posted the only real conspiracy is that Donald Trump's alive today. And I kind of think that. I was like a person that was like, oh, okay, yeah, a false flag is a false flag is a false flag. But I believe I mean, I was at a Trump rally on Tuesday, you guys. The rally right before this, I was right. I could have walked through those
So
same
insane.
bleachers by Vincent Fusca, and everyone's like, Vincent Fusca is always everywhere. Yeah, so am I. I was right next to that motherfucker at January 6th. Like, sometimes when people are like, this is one thing I'll big up the Buffalo Shaman about, and you're never going to hear me big up the Buffalo Shaman. Sometimes somebody just really does wear a costume to an event. You're going to see Trump, you wear all red, white, and blue. You have your George shirt on. You're going to have Trump shit. You're going to the Capitol. You might wear a tricorn hat. You might look like a patriot that day. You might put buffalo horns on because you're going to a rally. It's like going to a concert. You're not
Yeah.
going because you think you're going to get
Going
in
to
a
a
fist
sporting
fight or be
event where
shot
they're
at. Yeah, it's like a
men
sporting
wear
event where you
ridiculous
paint
stuff.
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like I was just at a rally on Tuesday. We didn't walk through metal detectors, but even in my little naive head, I'd been to DC where I'd see a sniper on every single rooftop in DC. Every single rooftop. And I was at Durrell, Trump's country club. I saw tons of Secret Service, undercover and real, tons of people walking around, no buildings where people could have
Did you
gotten up
say
on.
no metal detectors?
No metal detectors. That's why I keep hearing these regular people talk about
No.
shit that they act like they've been to shit. They're like, as if you would ever be allowed this close to a president without walking through metal detectors, or as if you would ever be allowed to. Y'all, it's like, chill. It's not like that big of a thing. You have metal detectors, but it's not like you're fucking, it isn't the airport stricter than going to see Trump.
Okay. But they
Like,
still check people, though.
yeah, with a
Yeah.
wand, like,
Yeah.
it's, like, nothing that like, you're going into a football game.
Okay.
It's not like you're fucking going into, like, where people are like, "Oh, but this is Secret Service." I can show you my the letters, like, from, like, any of the, rallies that I've been to from the Secret Service. Like, they tell you you're gonna have to go through Secret Service before you go into this thing. But it isn't, you don't feel like you're in danger zone. You don't feel like,
They don't want that environment.
yeah, but where I see people that they're like, "Oh, there should have been plexiglass around him." No. No. That doesn't happen in America. That happened on January 6th. That should tell you.
That happened with Obama.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Obama, on like when he just became president, he was up in front of these podiums. There was always a plexiglass in front of him. Always, always, always. That's what I recall. I'm like, why does this motherfucker like? Why does he have plexiglass around him? Like, who's gonna want to assassinate him? You know?
Traffic never stopped. Doral is on main streets in Miami. Traffic didn't stop around it. Buses still came and went. We just walked right across the street, right across the crosswalk into the area. It wasn't like a 30 square mile radius and helicopters flying around and like, I don't know what people are thinking. But here's the other thing. I'm like, but here's the other thing. Where I looked around with my common sense brain, and we were on a golf course. There's no height. There's nobody that's going to get height to be able to take that kind of shot. So where they're at in Pennsylvania, there's obvious rooftops. If just me and you were going into this area and we were like, "Oh, we have the president here. These two broads are the head of Secret Service, Chaney and Layla," probably would be safer than the broads we watched protect the president, to be fair. We would have sent a drone over the area. Just one drone to check all the roofs.
But did you hear what was her name? Candace Owens, and the way that their protocol, Secret Service, and how far they go for a president, and that's what their main goal is, their protection. So for an event like that, like she's been to a few, and she says that a meeting with Secret Service, they almost shot her husband apparently just because they didn't know who he was, and like they had to explain who they were. But for something like that, I would assume that they would scan the perimeters for like snipers or shooters or something like that. I think that would be part of their job, like to like search everything before an
Yeah.
event like that, right?
Yeah, that's where I actually thought like, oh, in Miami, this is smart of Trump having it at Durrell because as far as we know, it being his country club, he could have it for the last 2 weeks being scanned without us feeling any of that security.
Energy, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I feel like something about this, it does feel like people were told to stand down.
Yeah. Yeah. Like people were pointing at the motherfucker. There's someone on a fucking roof with a gun at the police, at the Secret Service, the ones that were in that area, supposedly. Like, really? But it is a real, like, it's a real false flag. Put it that way. It's a real false flag because the intention was to kill him, but they failed. So it's a false outcome. Okay, so their outcome did not happen, and someone died on top of that. Like a person just watching died. Their brains were blown out. Like, so whatever's going on here is real. Why they're doing this, we all know. We all know. He's trying to prevent, like from what I see, people trying to take over our country. That's what I see.
It wasn't no paintball gun.
There wasn't a paintball gun. That's a silly
No.
take. Who would say
No,
that?
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it was not a paintball gun.
I also think it's interesting the amount of people that it's like we all automatically know. Like we all automatically know. Like it's like a cool thing to take. Like, Layla, what do you think's going on? When people ask me, I'm like, I don't fucking know. I feel like I'm watching a movie.
That's what it is, though.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's like how much of your energy are you gonna let it take? How much of your but it does seem like two obvious battling factions. And here's the other thing. People are like, oh, Trump just did this so he could solidify a victory.
He doesn't need that.
He's won so many elections. Like it's just a crazy.
You wish.
Yeah, like it's a to me, it's like more panic that they would need. The other side would need to go through this, and then like script: Obama, Schumer, Pelosi, Biden, Hillary. It's like they all said the exact same thing about violence in politics because they all are about to not be able to walk the streets.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know how I go about all this politics thing? Even if you don't believe in the politics, or sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, sometimes I black pill myself. I know all the information that is out there, good, bad, ugly, about all these characters that we're watching right now. But my thing is like, okay, do I want to not be involved or do I want to be involved? And if I want to play in this game, who is the character that I would choose in this fucking game? Because that's what it is. It's a fucking game. It's like a board game. Put it that way. It's like a fucking board game with all these different countries, and we're participating. And if I want to participate, I want to choose the better character. For me, in this game, I choose Trump. It's that simple for me. Why? Because America first, not Israel first, or this place first, or that place. No, America first. Our people first. And there was conditions with every country, like, oh, you need our help? First, I'm going to help my people. But then, we're going to cut your this down because I need to protect my people. I need to feed my people. You won't get this much money anymore. And cutting deals left and right with all these politicians and making peace deals. No war. And here we have a World War III kind of happening right now. And if he does win presidency, mark my words, do you know what's going to happen? They're going to crash the market on purpose. This is how fucking deep it's going to go. I'm telling you. They're just waiting for him to get in.
I think they're going to try everything before. Like, if we're in a war, that would be a reason a president would stay seating. If there's a world catastrophic event, that would be a reason a president stays seating. I think it's like something like this. Or They have to unplug us so that way we can't vote. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if it happens on 11/3, 11/4. And they look at these numbers that we have, like these dates and
August 8th too. That's a big number, the 8/8. I'm
Lionsgate.
just
Yeah,
the
Lionsgate
8/8.
portal.
I don't know.
And they because they say 8/8 and the 2 times 4 is 8, and it's like the 8/8/8, and I'm like, wow, you guys are okay. We'll see what happens on 8/8/8. I'm like, okay. Sometimes you just play along for entertainment and not really like take it seriously. Just like watch it as a fucking game. Like you are the VR set and you're in player mode, and just watch everyone's as a Sims, and life will be so much easier for you. I swear to God, simulation style. Just play the game and have fun. That's it.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
sometimes I really think in the Westworld way that this maze isn't meant for you, Dolores. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about this part of the movie, and pretty much anyone that would be finding our show is this maze isn't meant for you guys. This part of the movie is not meant for you guys to wake up. You're already past this point. You already know all the words, all the scenarios. You've already seen all the false flags. You've seen all the all the assassination attempts. We've seen it over and over again in our zeitgeist. And so it's just like, yeah, this part of the movie isn't for you. You guys can go on a bathroom break. You can
Yeah.
go get popcorn right now. You can make out. This is the time that you can give an angry handy to your
Someone
man.
said this is not a game. Obviously, it's reality, but for the ones who are running the show, it's all a game, y'all. This is a game. It's all a system. It's part of a program. It's a system. And what is it? It's called democracy. It's called corporate America. It's called, what is it? The other way? What's the other word I'm looking for? Where you can make money? Monopolies. Monopolies exist here. Like it's the game. It's a
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
The
It's
game of life. And I think if you forget that it's a game, that's when that's when you're like, this is shit. You should fucking play it like a game. It's fun.
it's
Yeah.
5D chess, some would say.
Yes. Yes.
In that, like, we're watching a play out of something that's been happening maybe in 1,000-year cycles, maybe in the Tartarian rewrite a history way, maybe in 200-year cycles. Maybe our whole history is a lie, but I feel like we are getting to watch in real time something play out that maybe no other humans on the planet have gotten the ability to see before us. Like somewhere, like the veil's falling in real time.
Yeah.
The timelines are converging. I do somewhere think in the turn of a head. Like, I've told you guys this, like when I survived cancer, that if you can see me, we're on the highest possible timeline. I just want you to know I lived out all the timelines where I died. And this is the one where I'm alive. And I get to see sometimes, like, car accidents I don't get into, or pinky toes I don't hit on the corner of a table. And I just feel like my life in this timeline feels like the turn of a head. My
Mm.
life this timeline feels like I don't know what made me so arrogant and so boisterous and such a showman that I turn my head every time I say these words. I'm actually a little harder to hit than you think.
Mm.
Where if I was Obama and I was just sitting here and doing this and talking with my thumb, doing this and not moving and doing it all on script, I would be very easy to hit.
Oh yeah.
But Trump, he's off script and walking around, and what is he doing? And bigly, and it just feels like
It's like a
certain.
human bobblehead.
Yeah. It just feels like we don't know why. I always go back to that movie Signs with Mel Gibson, and I like to think how everything in his life, even his wife dying and repeating all the last words that she's saying, become haunting to him and make him lose his faith. And then aliens come down, and everything that leads up in his life, even his daughter's OCD trauma, leaving glasses of water all over the house, and she doesn't want to drink them because there's particles in them. That is how I've always looked at my information, my meetings, the people I get a blessing enough to talk to or get to know about, they're all these glasses of water set all over my house. I don't know when the alien's going to come in, but I am in such a faith belief that when need be, the right person will be next to me to say, Chaney, swing away. And when I swing away, it's like water, 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 water. And then we survive the alien apocalypse, whatever that fucking is. But this is how I feel like we're on this fucking timeline where I don't know what it all means.
It's a dream.
Yeah, but it's like they want us to secede. I even feel like if this was a setup, but there's nothing about it except a turn head that it's like, oh, that was a blood pack. If it was a blood pack, why wouldn't he have gotten shot in the shoulder? Like, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't it have been a better
Well, there
shot
was
than
some
the tip
videos
of an
about
ear?
saying that he was shot in the chest and that he had a vest on and it didn't do anything to him.
I would believe he would always wear a vest.
Absolutely.
And I
I would.
also believe that his MAGA hat would be some kind of enforced thing.
Plated. Flap. Maybe the worst it'll do is just giving him a really bad concussion with an indent or cracked skull, but nothing more non-penetrable. You know?
It is so
wild. So wild.
But
And the
didn't you feel like it was
reporters,
building up to this?
this is what's pissing me off. The reporters. Oh, shots fired. Trump injured. No. Trump was shot at. Okay, don't try and minimize the situation. The former president of the United States, or maybe president, we don't really know, Air Force One, just saying, I don't know, but
I love when you get glittery red pilled
dude,
because it also has a little bit of anger behind your glittery red pill, which sometimes I think the glittery red pill needs some righteous anger behind it.
yeah, and it's just like, who the fuck do you motherfucker? And it's the reporters' faults because they're allowing, and the actors of Hollywood, I will add, oh, but he needs to get shot. Wouldn't it be nice if he gets shot? He needs to get shot. Clip upon clip upon clip upon clip of you guys like spewing that garbage to these minds, these youths, and it seeps into their brains and their blood starts to boil and then they act upon it like some kind of MK Ultra program, just seed it into their brain and then just go with it. Go with that character that searches how to assassinate a president or whatever and pick your target, whatever the case may be, and then use that individual to do your bidding. And that's how I see it. It's all MK Ultra programming. They pick their targets, frequency targeting. You think dudes are the only thing, like just destroying plants and houses? No.
Let's a few things that I also think are interesting. I think it was Lucy Rose that said, let me scroll up and make sure I'm shouting out the right one, and I'll even pull it up. Excuse me.
Here.
They really want us to think back to the 1981 Reagan thing because the video I did watch had, or YouTube put a disclaimer or on Reagan 81 up. And I think an interesting thing about the Reagan 81 is the same people that were behind that are behind this. It was just more obvious when Bush was your goddamn vice president. It's like that was the moment Ronald Reagan shut the fuck up forever and became...
Dude. Chaney, they went apeshit when someone threw a shoe at Bush, a shoe. But Chaney, Trump was shot at. And they're like, oh, don't air it. Turn it off. Don't put it on the TV right now. Like, this show is important. This sports event is important. No, it should have been breaking news.
Well, Project 2025 has nothing to do with Donald Trump. If you're somebody that hears this go up, this is a chess move for the Democrats that they're trying to play that really has nothing to do with Donald Trump. He's an Agenda 47, which you can look into. Project 2025 is something created by the left that has nothing to do with America First movement, just to put that out there. I think that, yeah, Reagan was a warning shot. And Nancy also walks in the war on drugs, which I think is the first lady psyop. Is they're the wars that are set for us that are infinite wars. So we go to war on drugs, we go to war on obesity, we go to war on like these quote unquote invisible enemies that the government can set up a whole entire arm of that they never have to get rid of, because is the drug
Mhm.
problem healed? Is the obesity crisis fixed? So it's like the first ladies are always declaring war for our country, that we always stay in this perpetual state of war. Like,
And the only first lady that declared war on human trafficking is Melania, right? That's her name, right?
yeah, Melania Trump.
Melania.
I also think, Cozy Crone, we are gonna bring back Secret Society of Good Guys, and you guys can all blame us if you ever get in trouble for this. I don't mind if you say Chaney told me to throw a tomato at this guy. We're gonna bring back the pie in the face and
And a
the
tomato.
tomatoes. So throwing of shoes, I'm not anti. It just seems like you could get in trouble for hurting somebody with
But
a
a
shoe.
tomato?
A
You can't
tomato?
you can't hurt or kill anything with a tomato. It'll
Oh,
splatter.
nasty old tomato too. You let it sit in your windowsill and get that nasty soft
Juicy.
tomato where you
A
touch
little
it and you're like,
moldy.
"Ooh,
Get a
I'm not
little
eating
moldy,
it."
where it's a little green mold and white fuzz on there.
Yeah, there should be
Rotten
a
tomatoes.
tomato on a white T-shirt that says "Make America Great Again."
Mhm.
Bring back the
Mhm.
tomato weed.
Yeah, so Daddy Trump, all the way, baby. All the way, baby.
Well,
We
look at
got
what they
this.
how many times did they try to impeach him? They tried to make his election not real. They said he's not going to leave. He's going to be a dictator. He left early. Pretty much everything they said. It's crazy that a lot of people hate him for the things that the liberal left media made up, and quote unquote woke people, they don't realize that's their brainwashing of why they hate him so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mr. Alex Jones, the predictor of things.
Yeah. Mossad.
Oh yeah. They're gonna kill off RFK and they're gonna kill off Trump and da da da. No, they're not. They're not gonna do that.
They keep putting the RFK with like RFK, RFK, RFK. I feel like RFK is the elites. They're trying so hard to make RFK like he was Trump. Like he was an outsider. No, he's a pro-vax, pro-global warming. Like
Yeah.
what? Like he's married to Hollywood. Like there's nothing about RFK. And I think it's also interesting the Sirhan, MK Ultra, I must kill the queen. And then you have RFK Jr. being brought up in the assassination
Not even
talk.
that. You know who's back on the timeline? Mr. Gregory Hallett, who says he's the rightful king. And he was talking about this whole speech and how they're shunning him and assassination attempts and all these other things. And it's like making me feel like this is pre-2020, the time where, during the election and they're going to have some kind of George Floyd moment and it's just going to rile shit up. And this is just the beginning stage of the chaos that comes with fucking, um, you know.
I also want to say too, the guy that they keep showing with the red hair, and the red beard, and he's like, "We were pointing the guy out on the roof." Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
The other thing that makes me so nervous about him is that reminds me of on 9/11 how there was those dudes that all found the reporters and they, "Yeah, we saw the plane go right into the building and then the building fall right into its own footprint." Like it was like a structural failure.
Right away.
Yeah, it was
We
like,
know the answer. This is
yeah,
what happened. Pop.
that's kind of where it's like, it some parts of the people I'm like, because they're like, this is all the first information. This is going to be the real information. Not necessarily. Like,
Yeah.
no matter who we think we are, all of our clicks and algorithms, let's say like all the shadow governments of the world, the CIA, Mossad, NSA, all the things, they all have our clicks. They all have our algorithm. They are algorithms. And they all know what we're up to. They all know what we've been up to. So even like, oh, this is misinformation, this is misinformation, like, I just feel like put it all out there. Put it all out there, save it to your phones because as the story clears, we'll start to see, oh shit, that guy was in the background of this. And don't let people make you feel silly. This is if you've been doing stuff for a long time. You don't know, even when we started putting out the stuff of Wayfair, how many people were like, you guys are trying to make stuff out of everything. Nah, nah,
No.
nah, nah, nah. And it was like, no, they were actually smuggling children through Wayfair.
And do
And
you
this
know
is a real
how?
thing.
Do you know what I got? What I do, guys, religiously when I see Howie Mandel on? I do a thing where I take shoe stuff because he created a video with five HOE 5TUFF, and that's the synthetic version of a
Yeah.
chrome stuff, the anyway,
Chrome.
yeah, so
A-chrome.
he
We're
made a
gonna call
weird
it A-chrome
video
from now on.
cutting a bag, which when you opened it up was a symbol for that company that Chaney just mentioned, Wayfair. And now what I did religiously was take shoe stuff and like repeat it like maybe 15 times and post it so he can see it and like remind people, remember that weird fucking video? Now, oddly enough, when I go into his lives and try to do that, you can't type that word in. It just deletes the whole phrase. Like he does not want people to mention that stuff. So I have to write it a different way. And oddly enough, when I started typing that the different way, he started ending his lives. And I'm like, you motherfucker, I know you see me. Soon
Of
he's
course
gonna
he
ban
does.
me.
You're such a good troll. I love it.
Yeah, for that, yeah. I know, I see
Yeah.
you, motherfucker.
What about Huma Abedin marrying George Soros' son?
God, pineal glands for honeymoon, walnut sauce,
Yeah, even that kind of stuff. Like, everybody
hot
that has
sauce.
said there's so many people that are kind of they've been, let's say they've started to open up to conspiracies around like 2019, 2020. So they say everything that all those words that you just said, they say, Layla, all that's fake. That's a psyop. You
You're
don't know what
fake.
you're talking about.
You're not
Like,
real.
that's all. And then it's just like, if you go over to somebody like Thomas's channel and Paranoid American and how much extensive research he's done on like A-chrome, and you see that this is all a real big deal, or people that kind of think human trafficking is a psyop. And that's wild to me.
They think it's not real, but they show it to us in movies. Like it, what is it? The Jupiter one
I don't know. I just think
with Mila
that
Kunis.
I don't know. Poor
My
groomed
son
girl.
posted something about human trafficking and on his Facebook, and my aunt, who is so far left, like she snopes everything, and she's like she'll be the first. She'll post every bad article about Trump, but like will tell you that your source is not credible for anything else. But anyway, she got onto him first to talk about human trafficking. She's like, most human trafficking isn't even children, because he says about children, they're not usually kidnapped, it's the parents. It's like, yeah, that is the case a lot of the time. Parents trafficking their own children, but more often than not, it's a lot of these people that are like at the border that go missing, or Maui children that go missing.
And then you hear, it's interesting in the conspiracy realm and so fun and exciting if we talk about Cabbage Patch and orphan trains, but not fun and super lame if we talk about Into the Shadows. Isn't that interesting? We can talk about the Royals and how they got all their money from smuggling humans all across this planet. That's fun and exciting. But if we talk about the real reason that the Democrats said Trump was separating families at the border is that he was taking, and they were like, he's taking kids away from their parents. No, there's men coming over with a child that they've documented that have come over with 50 different men.
Well,
And
and they're
that's who
like,
they're
he's putting them in
separating.
cages. No, y'all, go back and look where the cages at the border for children started. Go back. It was definitely not freaking President Trump.
It
It
was
was happening
Obama,
under. Yeah, thank you.
COVID, Obama, China.
Manchurian
There's
candidate.
footage.
This is the number one thing over and over again. Trump looked at Biden on that stage and said, "You are a Manchurian candidate." That is like, that's what Obama is, and we're under Obama's presidency. So when Trump
Dude,
said
yeah.
that to Biden, he was just talking to Biden's earpiece.
Do you know what's interesting? A person at this rally that where Trump was almost assassinated. I'm gonna use that word. Yes, he was almost assassinated.
Assassinated. We have to say it because this
Mm-hmm.
also, it makes the algorithm diluted. So all the other videos where we talk about JFK and we talk about Reagan, or you talk about a prime minister of Japan, or you talk about these other people that have been assassinated, it doesn't make it all conspiracy to say that.
Yeah. No. Well, the first words, a reporter asked just this random person, who do you think was behind this? This was all fucking Obama. Excuse my French, but this is all Obama. It's, you can read it, you could smell it. It's Obama. And I'm like, dude, I don't think you're wrong here. Because he was like the first one to say, hey, what happened to Trump? Da, da, da. Like, yeah, like you really fucking care, you piece of shit. You don't even shake his hand when you see him.
Why
Like, how
would
dare you?
why would you need, let's say, 10 million votes on a conservative end drawn out from another country to put into our system? Because voting doesn't matter.
Mm.
Like, that to me is like, if you don't want to vote and you want to be lazy and fine, don't take part. At least be honest with yourself about it and stop trying to be like, it's because I don't want to take part in a broken system. Literally, you fucking were born into a broken system, and this is why it's going to continue to be broken, is because they keep brainwashing generation after generation to not take part.
Yeah.
And now you're really a generation of men that you click clack on a computer and call it providing.
Yeah. And it makes me, will we even have a military the rate that we're going? Sometimes I wonder, like, are we going to have like a strong military like what we're used to seeing? Like, I don't
Or
see
is it going
that
to be like
happening.
high heels and fucking? But this is the other thing that makes
Or
me
it's like they're
nervous.
turning people into militants in a
I see
sense.
this other rhetoric too, where I am fucking anti, like, there isn't every job a man can do, a woman can do. And so I'm seeing everybody stand up now and they're like, what are all these lady Secret Service agents doing around Trump? And it's like, this is what it's like. This is what I'm saying. If my dad is a police officer or a firefighter or a soldier, I don't want some broadie being his partner, so my dad has to worry about him and her. I want my dad to have an actual physical strong male be his partner, so he's a little safer on the
Yeah.
battlefield.
Yeah. Sorry to say, women. Yeah.
Broads, what are we
Like,
pretending this for?
I know we're strong individuals, but like, men are there to serve and protect. Like, that's their roles as men, like serve and protect and like, better the communities, protect communities. That's what they are, for serving and protecting. Women are like the creators. We knit, we sew, we create pots, we think together as a way to finish whatever the project is quicker. We're like different in that sense. So why can't we just like jump into that more, instead of like trying to compete with man on certain levels, which I mean, honestly, really, like, just doesn't make sense. Like, be honest. Some of it don't make sense. So we can't compete with men in every level. And if men want to do it, well, a bunch of us can take down one man. So
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's like positive reinforcement. My friend who's a dog trainer and
mhm.
animal trainer, she can just get any animal to do anything with positive reinforcement. And like, you don't ever need to raise your voice, you don't ever need to raise your hand. You just need to understand what you're working with and then positively reinforce. And some things like food, some things like pets, some things like you to say their name. Like the same
Yeah.
as all of us. And
And
so, yeah, go on.
Also, like, men have to understand that women do have a brain and they're very intelligent species. They're great with logic. Like, our minds, the amount of things that go in our heads all at once, the way we can multitask on different thoughts, ideas, because that's how our brains just work. We can think logically, and we want you guys to acknowledge that we are humans and we're not better or worse or whatever the situation is. You're just male and we're just female. And we are intelligent beings. We're created by, God. We're just not like imbeciles just there to serve and like cook and clean and slave. We are human beings. That's all we want. We want to be acknowledged
I
as that.
disagree with this fact that most women don't react well in emergency situations. I
No.
actually think women have a breakdown after the emergency situation.
Yeah.
Men are better at taking orders in an emergency situation, actually, and women are better at giving orders in an emergency situation. And this is something that you would never even guess, but I've just watched it in households over and over again with like a hurt kid or something where it's
Or
like in the
birth.
immediate the woman is just like stone cold. She's like, get me that. I need that. And like, she's really handled, like, we need to get in the car right now. You need to start the car and we need to go to the hospital. And she's handling herself in ways that you're like, who the fuck is this? Afterward, the breakdown is real intense. Like for a woman under pressure, she's not made to do it all the time. The post-traumatic stress on it, I think, even might be worse for her in a way that she couldn't handle her temper later on or outlash because of what's in there. Men
Yeah.
are better at handling stressful situations, I think, on an
Yes.
everyday. I think that where men are like where I was saying the positive reinforcement thing, I just think us big upping the things in society of the guys that are doing the things, I just want to like positively reinforce that. Like I just want to like I just see it out there and I'm like, okay, there's
Honest. Do you think maybe the way someone was raised in situations and maybe going through situations are how people react to situations necessarily, man or woman, probably? Like maybe the more stress somebody goes through, the more that they can handle intense situations than someone who's just like fragile to all of it and are protected their entire lives and have never seen anything traumatic. And when they witness that, it's like super traumatic for them.
I would say that's part of it, but I don't know. I do almost feel like what Chaney was saying is very ingrained in women. Like, anytime my kids have hurt themselves where they needed stitches or anything like that, like, it makes me sick. Like, but you would never know. I don't raise my voice. I don't sound like, I
Yeah.
sound so
My
calm.
mom too.
I know the situation calls for that. And it's the man who's always like, oh my God, what do I do? And I'm just like, do this, do that, do that. Like, and then, yeah.
But this
like,
is where I'll tell you in where it's like in just an everyday situation, like you don't have enough rice for the meal you thought you were cooking. Ladies act like somebody needed stitches sometimes. That's
You
where
motherfuckers,
it's
yes.
like that is where it,
Oh yeah, the
like
bitch comes out.
sometimes the amount of energy to the stressful situation doesn't make fucking sense. And I will say
I
that is
do
what
that a
women
lot.
do.
That too, yeah.
Yes, I do that.
Sometimes I'm like, whoa, what's this anger? Or what's this volt? Or what's this like thing? Like, I don't know. I feel like a quicker, like, shut the fuck up or something that like hurts your feelings is more likely to come from a lady where she's just like on the phone to Comcast and you didn't know you walked in the room and you were like, hey, I'm gonna go to the store. What do you want me to get for dinner tonight? And you just asked their brain too much while they were on the phone already dealing with something stressful.
Yo.
Like a lady will and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, I didn't know you were even on the phone, reptile. I'm going into
Yeah.
the other room.
It happens.
Yeah, like ladies that I'm just like
It's
they
like
acted like they should
PMS.
be talking to a world leader. Like
It's
good for
PMS
you.
symptom. I'm telling you. That's when I get like I'm like dealing with like a bill or whatever, and it's just like arguing, and you're trying to settle it, and it's just stressful, and if someone's talking to you, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's
But this
PMS.
is even in the 300.
Uh-huh.
Like the strongest men, like 300, they didn't just go to battle. They went and asked an intuitive. Should we go to battle on this time, on this day? How should we do it? It's like I think that was throughout time. Like the muscle always went to the intuitive and they were like, sup.
Yeah. Or maybe did they ever go by like moon phases when the moon is out bright so we can see at night type deal?
I'm sure, and battles would be at a specific time because Thomas says this as well. If we had our battle like in the fall, then the snow would come and all over all the bodies, so then it would all rot, and as it would like feed the soil, so the winner of the battle would have the soil of all the blood and guts and protein and whatever, and so if they set up their civilization, it'd be like a fertile area.
Mm. That's what I believe diamonds come from. Did we talk about that already?
Last night, you guys called me when you were out dancing, and we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Why did this thought come into my head again?
Do you guys think we're these people all the time? This is like they're at the middle of a club, they're dancing, they're having their like margaritas or whatever they're up to for the evening, girls about town, and they call me and we're talking about Trump assassination attempt and diamonds being humans.
In front of everybody. We're just like, yeah, everyone's just there and we're just like chatting away, taking a break, and we're like, man, isn't that crazy about Trump? And at one point, me and Abbie got emotional because I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. There's such a good time. And we're like, oh man, we should call Chaney. Like, we miss her. So, yeah.
There was some other
But we
weird
talked to you
things.
again tonight, right?
Say it again.
What?
Oh, yeah,
So
you guys.
tore up at that point.
Okay, she said, we talked to you again in the night, right? And I said, yes. And she said, I was so tore up from that point, I don't remember. But yeah, you did. You called me from inside a different bar, but then you guys talked to me when you were on your way to the Waffle House.
Oh, actually, we didn't make it to the Waffle House.
Yeah, I was like, I need to go home.
I really was begging her. I'm like, hey, either Waffle House or Whataburger. And she's like, oh my God, that sounds so good. And I am hungry, but I think I should really go to bed. I'm like, whatever you want, girl. I'll take you wherever you want. But are you sure? Are you sure? Like a
such a
nice
liar,
fucking
right?
honey butter chicken biscuit with some hash browns, delish. And I sent her home, and then I went and got some Whataburger.
He's professional.
Well, good. I'm glad you're so confident.
Once you
I
said
felt so bad.
Whataburger, I was like, fuck Waffle House. Hard left.
Whataburger.
Whataburger is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
That is so good.
Those honey butter chicken biscuits are fire, man. So good.
That's where I feel like I could make a t-shirt that says gays for Chick-fil-A, because those chicken biscuits from Chick-fil-A, those breakfast sandwiches, stop yourself. I actually used to have a friend that would come to either Georgia or Florida to visit family, and then they would go back out to Oregon when I lived there, and they would pack a freezer carry-on full of chicken biscuits.
Dude, I swear I know how much everyone loves Chick-fil-A and they're supposedly like really good. But honestly, they changed their recipe, and this is true. You can find this out. They changed their recipe on the chicken. What they use now, I don't know, but it's not all good ingredients. They changed their recipe because they're growing and growing, and that's usually what happens after a while. When they grow and grow and expand, they need to go a cheaper route for business purposes. So I don't know what's in the chicken, but there's some stuff in it. Just be aware, and it's true. It's not a conspiracy.
I do remember how also on the Secret Society of Good Guys, I made you guys listen to the Shane Gillis joke and about how if Trump got an assassination on him, regardless of how you feel, it would be the funniest assassination attempt ever, because he would be like, he would see the guy coming first and he'd be like, sit down, look at this loser. And he'd be like, what are you doing? And then when Trump got hit, he'd go, ugh.
I wonder if he made that sound.
Like, that's what I wonder too.
He really didn't make a sound, did he?
No, I don't know. And then the other part is, but Biden could be the first president in US history that you could punch assassinate. You just can push him down the stairs. Layla just assassinated President Biden.
So what was he saying when, like, he was mouthing "fuck you," right?
No, he was like fight.
Okay, fight.
And
that's on the Q post.
I think in a weird way of Q post, like certain things are chess moves that could only happen if that thing happened.
Mm.
So like if there was an
Or like
assassination
Pokemon
attempt,
cards or
he'd
something,
have to
though.
say fight, fight, fight for whatever other thing to turn on next.
Oh, like
Mm.
Magic the Gathering, maybe more like that.
What are you
Like you
talking
have to,
about?
like the card game, Magic the Gathering. Like you have to play a certain card in order to play a bigger card.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that's the other thing. The Illuminati card game in general is so tired to me. And how many cards are they going to make Trump?
Well, that if you look at it, if you really look at that card, you could also see Biden in that
I
fucking
thought
picture.
Biden as well. I thought
I'm just
Biden,
like,
like, I just feel like, doesn't Trump already have a card? Haven't they already given him a card or two
yeah,
in the
that,
Illuminati card game? There's one that actually looks just like him, and it's not that mad face.
yeah, that mad face when you have the picture of the old Biden, the real Biden, of him yelling, it looks like the old
I think
Biden
so
of
too.
him yelling.
And some things I feel like Alex Jones, are set there for us. Like how it's funny to me that people will be like, oh, everything in Q is fake. Here's pictures of the Illuminati card game.
Mm.
Everything in here is fake. Here is the Simpsons prediction. Everything in this is fake, but this thing, it's like, y'all, we're all just
It's a
connecting together
movie.
clues. We're all just like, we're watching Game of Thrones and we're like, what do you think's going to happen next week on As the World Turns? This is another Q post. So As the World Turns is something that you can go to your little Q maps if you know how to use it. You can put it in the top. But the reason you should know As the World Turns is because this is the soap that was playing when Kennedy was assassinated.
Mm.
And so As the World Turns comes in, I might even have a TikTok video that I've put up to make people watch this, because then there's like a coffee commercial that comes in with a ticking clock and a spoon because it's
TikTok.
hypnotic. And then a new soft commercial, then a Highway 66 commercial, and then an all-seeing eye. And it's like they do all their symbolism to let you know right after Kennedy was shot. So yeah, I think if you can go to like Chaney and Wonderland, it might be on there, or I've posted it recently on my TikTok, Project Chaney too. Uh so somewhere, but if you don't, just go on YouTube and you can watch what was playing on TV when Kennedy was assassinated. So I think these kind of things that are interesting too is like if you were watching the Trump rally, but we know CNN and Fox isn't playing these live. So if you were watching it, like, is there breaking news? Anyone out there who has TV or was watching TV, did it break into TV to let you know that Trump got shot at a rally? And if it did, how did it play it? What were you watching? What was the end of the show that was playing, or the show that was playing? Did it break into it? And then what was the commercials afterward?
Mm. I found out through my sister. She calls me. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Shopping." She's like, are you driving?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Then I shouldn't tell you." I'm like, "No, tell me." She's like, "Trump got shot." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, get the fuck out of here." She's like, "I swear to God, he got shot in the ear. He's fine, but he got shot in the ear." I'm like, "No fucking way." So I typed the group chat, and then I call Abbie. I was like, "Yo, Trump got shot." She's like, "No way." So when she searched it, it just says shots fired, but it didn't say that he was shot. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say anything like that on the headline. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go
Say
on
assassination
Instagram and I
attempt.
started
Yeah.
seeing it. Hmm.
It's crazy too. There is no burying the lead anymore. It's almost like they can't control the narrative because we're all there with our phones. And this is something else I'll point out about Vincent Fusca in general, just about him as a dude. What I saw in real life with him as a dude that matters to me somewhere. When we were all at the Capitol and everybody had their cameras, everybody had their phones pointed at the Capitol, pointed at the chaos, pointed at the ruckus, pointed at everything that the news wanted us to see. And Vincent Fusca crawled up on rafters like 3 high, and he started taking people's phones out of the crowd and taking pictures of all of the crowd out. to show people how many millions, there was probably 1.5 million people there, to show everybody. If we wanted to insurrect a Capitol, we could have torn it apart, limb for, like, we could have walked out of there and there would have been nothing left. There were so many people there that day. And so something I will say about Vincent Fusca is that he reminds me that the only job we're all supposed to do out there is keep filming. This is the only thing we're supposed to do. We have to keep filming them. We have to keep filming them, and every little thing that we go to in the rallies, you have to know who the spooks are around you. You have to know who the shills are around you. And it might not matter now, but they've deleted all of our accounts and taken all of our stuff, but the smart ones of us out there have terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of data. And it's just a matter of time until we link all of our stuff up and we're like, oh, look it. This guy was here. Like the same way people are like, this guy is from a BlackRock commercial, or this guy is from this. The reason people know that is because a bunch of digital soldiers are sitting there in their free time scouring. The same as Wayfair, the same as every other conspiracy, the same as Sandy
Kyle
Hook.
Rittenhouse, was that Sandy Hook? Yeah.
Like the same as Sandy Hook, the same as like the movie theater shooting, the same as every sloppy false flag that's ever happened. It's because some people keep filming and other people do the research for free because it matters somewhere. So it doesn't mean, if you're not scared about being right or wrong, you're just putting out your information because you're a little reporter too. And we used to be in a way that I wasn't trying to be in the escape room and hoard the information so I could be the hero to get us all out of the matrix. We used to all share our information because we used to all be anonymous. So there was no me getting accolades for the information. So me just putting it out of, this is what I have. This is what I think. And I'm not scared of being ridiculed about being called a dunce or a conspiracy theorist or one of these other words that they fucking made to put on me. I don't care anymore. So it's just like, keep filming everybody. And that's the thing I will say about Vincent Fusca, where everyone's like, he didn't even duck, or he didn't even when the gunshots went off. Well, maybe he's not from Florida. Maybe he's not from Brooklyn. Like there's some places in the like where we're raised where if we hear somebody like a chair fall on the ground, we'll hit the deck too, because you never know. like some people just grow up in different parts of the world. Like, so I don't know. He just seems like a sweet, naive guy, but he's also had his van flipped. He's also like, if you know the story of the last, probably since 2018, he's been involved in the script for quite a long time.
Yeah. What was the yellow scarf or towel or whatever in his pocket about? I wonder. It was just like there. Like a yellow. Out of all the colors of a towel that you have a yellow towel that you bring with you to a rally, and just keep it there in your pocket and make sure everyone sees it.
Well, I will say, if you ever hang out with Thomas in Florida, he always has a towel. Like always. I don't know if it's always a specific color. I don't know if
he wore a blazer and a fucking hat.
Vincent Fusca always has the same outfit on.
In that heat?
It's his uniform.
I'm getting hot just thinking about it. I can't.
One interesting thing I think is that he had his George shirt on. So George is JFK Jr.'s magazine. And I'm one of the people, I've never been on the train of Vincent Fusca being JFK Jr. because he's not tall enough. He's not handsome enough. But he had his George t-shirt on of George magazine, so JFK Jr. And it's the cover of George magazine with Cindy Crawford on it with George. And it's the next American Revolution. And then on the elbow of her, like of the copy of the shirt, it says dodging bullets.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Here, I'll even pull up.
This is bizarre.
This is the, like, I feel like something about like timelines. George, Cindy Crawford. Boom. So this is the t-shirt he was wearing. I'm going to pull it up on somewhere and I'll pull it up for you guys.
Oh, I'm going somewhere. My feet, the bottom of my feet are itching. Well, the
So
left one.
he has this on his shirt. So John Kennedy talks to George Wallace, President Madonna, dodging bullets with the FBI.
Mm. Mm.
And then
That's so
the
strange.
next American Revolution. And so I just think this part, though, dodging bullets with the FBI, and let's see if I can pull up Vincent Fusca.
And what are they trying to say with George Washington dressed like that with a bra?
That was one of the things that George Magazine did was take. Oh, look. I wonder if he had the same shirt on that day, because here's him in that shirt.
I'm trying to find the post where they show the actor that he looked like, or that he looks like. I forgot his name, but I can't find the post right now. I thought I saved it, but apparently not. Odd.
How do I stop sharing? I don't want his face up here anymore.
Can we talk
Anyways.
for a
Bye-bye.
second about 50 cents? Like the fact that my daughter just bought she bought a Trump shirt where he looks like gangster, you know? And then 50 Cent just fucking posted on his Instagram, like it's Trump's face on the
Many
cover
men
of his
wish
Get
death
Rich or Die
upon
Trying
me.
album. Yeah. And he's like, guess what? I'm trending now. Trump's like assassination attempt, and now I'm trending. And I'm like, my daughter literally just bought a t-shirt that looked like that.
That should be his anthem from now on. Many men wish death upon me. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Well, at 50
I don't know
Cent's
the
concert last night, he had Trump behind him with the shot taken. And the interesting thing is the shot's taken. You see the glass broke, but in the 50 Cent picture, the same, it has the cross. So it's you see, so 50 Cent being like, look at Trump got shot and I'm trending. And so
50
he's just
Cent.
riding with it. So,
May as well.
and then what's on the 50 Cent piece?
JFK.
Kennedy. Yeah.
What are we up to here? Loops upon loops
It's a game.
upon loops.
It's so weird.
The fucking game. Telling you. Play along, y'all. Have fun. Don't. You know, it's gonna get real, but this is the reality. You know, this is dream world. This is,
Iron
have
Man.
fun. Yeah. Have fun with it.
I am
If we
Iron
need
Man.
a fight, we fight. Let's have fun. We'll come back and we'll relive this realm again. Trust me. Don't be so serious.
You know why? This is the other funny part of, I think, what's kind of building up, and maybe it's like we've already watched this part of the movie once. Like, oh, we're leading in. Oh, their election's going to be stolen. This time it'll probably be to Kamala. Like, it's gonna be,
God forbid.
I know, but I think that's how, to me, that's how ridiculous the script would have to get. Like, or not even like Kamala, Big Mike, Hillary Secretary
Even
of
worse.
State.
No, it'll be what we're going through right now. That's what's happening. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, just the Obama
Because
presidency.
it's going to continue this route, whatever route we're on.
So they're like, oh my gosh, if
The
Trump gets in
destruction
office,
of America.
he'll never leave. When in reality, Obama got in office and never left. He was even
And running a third term.
Yeah, well, he was a shadow president during Trump's term because everywhere that Trump traveled, Obama went there afterward.
And for why? Little bitch, you wanted the info? Oh, Trump kept dibs on that too, I bet.
Every time I see Obama
Magic
for
of it
real,
all.
in my head, I think, that nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga
You know what?
gay.
People
That's
have
what
to
I think.
understand all politics is mafia. Do you guys understand? It's like mafia groups.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
It's
is.
families. You know, it's so funny that everybody thinks there's only two factions now, or just one faction. But if they looked into something like the mafia, they'd realize it's always been more than two factions. It's more than one faction. And a lot of the families stand up against, like, they're not necessarily what you consider great or righteous, but they hate the Rothschilds as much as you do.
Dude, I'm
Like, so
telling you, like back home,
John Gotti could have been totally framed.
president, then you have your little mafia families running shit, killing this person, doing this, doing that. Politics, votes come, pay this person off, pay that person off, pay people, hey, vote this way, vote that way. Dude, it's all mafia. They'll
Yeah,
call it politics,
exactly
but
the
it's
same thing.
mafia.
Yeah,
Telling you, they're just making money.
lobbyists.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
So
that?
I like the character.
It's
Okay, that
neither. Wait, how do you spell your name real quick, Layla?
Lejla.
See, it's neither. Okay,
Layla.
go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I wanted to answer it earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt.
That you're
Lejla. They
we
used to call
we
me Lejla.
we totally interrupt on Sunday nights
Yeah.
because we like to hang out with you guys in the chat.
We do. We try not to interrupt each other, because the conversation gets so good. And then we get into that flow state mindset. And then the words just start coming out and you're on fire. Your cheeks are like heating up. And, sometimes we have to.
Yeah. And I think the other thing maybe about this show that differs from a lot of other conspiracy podcasts out there is at least the women on the show. I don't want to speak for the men, but I would say the three girls on the show, we love America.
Yeah. So much.
Like,
I
we
do.
genuinely love America.
Yeah.
Proud to be an American.
Like, I'm very proud. And
I
that's
am
not
too.
a good, like, I hate that idea of being proud, but literally, like, it's like, it's an honor for me to be who I am today as an American citizen.
I feel very blessed to be born in this country. Absolutely.
I wasn't born,
Yeah.
but I'm proud to be one now.
But you are, exactly, you
Mm.
are American.
I grew up here. I came here when I was 3 months old. I'm basically an American, so.
It's no different. I just mean, like, I'm glad that I wasn't in Ecuador or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm happy that I'm American.
I am just grateful. I feel like because of good men, women like us get to, I can't say that part enough. Because of good men, women like us can have big mouths and say whatever we want to say on this microphone. And I feel like that is partially the soil. Is it corrupt? Yes. There's corruption. Of course there is. But not any less or more corruption than every other piece of soil on the planet. And I'm glad to be on this piece.
Yeah. Trust me. And I think that's why my voice is so fierce, because my existence here, yes, I grew up here, but it was like the upbringing of how they live over there and not being heard. And like my words were invalidated and they weren't accepted. And it was just like, you're a girl, you don't know anything. You're a girl, you don't know anything. Sit your ass down, shut the hell up, da 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 da. So it's like a lot of that trauma, but I don't even play myself as a victim now. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. I will say what I say, the way I say it, no ifs, ands, or buts, because that's just who I am. And I will never, ever allow anyone to silence me ever again. I am my own person, and once I feel that energy of like, shut the fuck up, sit down, da da da, I know how to behave. I'm a bright individual, but once I start seeing control, that's immediate ick, because I will not. My word is my bond. The loyalty, the respect, and honor that I have for people, it's a rarity. But yeah, I'm spicy, so it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. I get it. It's a lot.
I know, but I just am so like, shit. There's even different times in this country that I couldn't be who I am right now. And so
Mhm.
I know how rare of timing and placement that if luck is where preparation and timing meet, then timing and placement got to be just as like divine somewhere, like that here, right now, all of you are in this place that you're from the future. And I'm telling you, we're here to destroy Skynet, and we're all just fucking playing with it.
Yeah. Basically.
Like, to me, I'm like, they can't have Terminators all over the planet unless they have satellites to run said Terminators, right?
Like actual real, like how they depicted satellites, because I don't think those things are real. The millions of satellites that they
Same.
declare live in our orbit
Yeah.
that you apparently don't see or ever go in front of the sun, apparently.
This is what makes me crazy about that argument, that there's so many satellites up there. It's just we're littered. It's just litter up there. Is that I can, anytime I point out a light in the sky, some dildo standing next to me says, "That's a satellite." If that light is a satellite, then why don't I see a littering of satellites in the sky?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
It makes
you.
me crazy.
Case closed. I can't.
Don't helium balloon your space station at me anymore, please. Oh my God.
For real. It just blows my mind still. Like people still fall for it. But it's okay. It's all in due timing. Everyone's different. They all shouldn't think like us. That's freedom. Think how you want. Believe what you want.
That was
That's all.
one of my military family members. I remember seeing something on TV and somebody was like burning a flag or something.
Mm.
Then they were like, "Oh, that hurts my feelings that somebody burns a flag." And he's like, "But that's why I joined up for the military in my young, naive teenage brain, is so that everybody could have the freedom to do whatever they saw fit with that flag." And I think
Mhm.
that's a big deal. It's like, you know, you might not like the religious freedom part of our country, the freedom to say what you want to say and to hang out with who you want to hang out with is literally the reason you have a gun.
Literally.
That's it. The gun is only there. The Second Amendment's only there to protect the First.
Yeah. And your right to hunt too, to feed yourself. Like the right to food.
Yeah, that comes into a Second Amendment, but
Like
the
no one should
Second
be
Amendment
starving.
is only there to protect the First.
Yeah. But like if they allowed guns, they everywhere and not have a problem with people carrying it, no one will go starving. Go out to the forest, find yourself a nice little delicious like treat out there. Pop, pop, da, 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 da. And do your thing. Find a little rabbit, whatever.
This is the other thing too.
That was a norm.
I don't care. Trump can have different beliefs than me. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, it's so crazy to me how many people think that anyone who likes Trump, they call him their savior. But the only one putting the savior thing on him is the Trump haters. Like, the people, like, I never gave a fuck what my president thought about flat earth before.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Like, they don't even give us the whole detail of the Kennedy assassination. Do you think they'll give me the unredacted reports on Operation Paperclip
Yeah.
yet? Come
If
on.
they're like funding an organization, obviously they're not going to tell you the truth about what this realm is. Like the government literally funds that a whole entire operation. So the truth, will you know it from them? No. Do they know it? Probably. Probably. Will they share for you? No. With you? No. Because again, it's a game or a plan game. It's the same fucking thing because you need a plan to have the game for in order for the game to work.
It is
Yeah.
the thing. It is a game because you have to. There's a certain set of rules in the LARP of gaming. That's why they give it to you on a toy aisle, so that when monopolies happen, you just think it's a little kid thing in your head. You're not even
Mhm.
supposed to believe in it. And Ouija boards, that shit's so fake. Look at, they give it to the little kids. It's on a little kid aisle. None of that stuff's real. I even think it's
Mhm.
interesting how much stuff's coming out in every corner about how schizophrenic is demons. And so then if you think the elite want to take a chrome because they want to take a little bit of walking on the edge, do they? Or are they wanting to get to hang out with their deities?
Well, it's something. They're seeing something. They're experiencing something. What was it? Fear and loathing?
Yeah.
Perfect depiction of what it'll feel like in a sense. What they feel like, I don't understand it. He looked retarded on it. Oh, no, 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 no. Like he was barely talking. Like he was out. Where'd he go? I don't know. What everything appeared to him? I don't know. They didn't give us that part. I wonder why. They could give us the acid part, but they didn't give us the other part.
And in an as above, so below, as within, so without, micro, macro way, don't you think that you would start to see, people tell you, you're the ugliness you see in the world. Don't you ever think the good in you could shine out into the world? Don't you ever believe that in a red pill side that all your little tiny kid hopes and dreams of reality could actually be true?
Yeah.
Because you're a master manifester created from a fractal of the highest creator. Like if you I just don't understand how many people, they tell me all these rules of things, but they never, it's like the pendulum only sticks in the side of doom and gloom. It's like they don't understand that they're just broken to sit in the yang.
Like that pendulum will just stop there and
Yeah, and then
hold
it just
there
magnetizes.
instead of hypnotizing yourself to have the reality that you want for yourself and the routine that we call night and day and daily, that we wake up, fall asleep, we have these hypnotic routines of breathing and blinking that we don't even realize, the rhythmic routines, our hearts pumping, and you can hypnotize yourself into that, whatever it is that you want your life to be, the character that you want to be. It's just self hypnosis, and that's hard to do. How do I self hypnosis to quit smoking?
And
How
if
do
you
I do
want
it?
to,
Because
it's some parts I feel like,
that
do you want to?
it's hypnotic. That
Hand mouth.
it's oof. I don't know how to explain it. It's that you see, it's that thing of I don't know. It's like a ritual that becomes you. And how do I snap out of that ritual? How do I break free from that ritual or that cult that I created with myself and this object, that connection, that unity, that attachment, whatever? It's all hypnotic.
I also think it's weird that Julius Caesar's birthday was on the 12th. And then July is named after Julius Caesar. And then you look at the Roman Republic, and that's like essentially when it's stabbed in the back and becomes a whole different Holy Roman
Oh,
Empire.
damn. I didn't even put that into my head at all.
And so then you think of Trump in this Caesar type way of being stabbed in the back by his own, people.
Yeah.
It's kind
Yeah.
of an interesting, because we always say Rome never fell, and Rome did fall. It just was infiltrated. Like Rome never fell. It just became a whole different thing that
Yeah.
day.
Oh my God. And that's what happened with
Rebranded.
Germany too, though. Weren't they infiltrated? Germany was infiltrated
Yep.
and all this fucking bizarre shit started happening, and the boycott of
And look
Jews
at this
and
in the Michael Jackson way. This is the brilliant thing about, you have to make your avatar a caricature of two things. Elvis, I always say Elvis, sunglasses, sideburns. That's all Elvis has to do every day. The second, if Elvis wanted to fake his death, he peels his sideburns off, fucking shaves his head and takes his glasses off. He walks right out of the building, and no one even, Elvis just left the building, kind of thing. And Trump has become a toupee and a red tie, and Hillary's become pantsuit and a haircut, and the North Korean dictator has become this haircut and his pantsuit, and the Queen of England becomes, it's like they just become two things, and then it's really easy to have body doubles and put whoever where you want to put. And then I was thinking how much it would suck for the like Trump body double if he accidentally almost got killed. Like he's like, oh, I got this Pennsylvania thing. I just have to do an easy speech on and off. And it's just one of the body doubles, because they said like John
I
McAfee
mean
had like 5.
the saint. It shows you politicians have them. Big politicians with big money have them. So me, if I were President Trump, I would have body doubles. Fuck yeah, you're gonna do that speech for me, or you're fired. You're fired.
That's the other thing where people are like, look at there's your fired signs behind a gunfire. And it's like, have you guys ever seen The Apprentice? There's always your fired signs at Trump rallies. Like
hmm
it's like his saying.
Yeah, you're fired. Shots
You're
fired.
fired.
Man,
What a
bizarre.
crazy day. Like
Bizarre.
what a crazy time in America. I think this will be a week to remember. If they're this panicked, that means they don't have enough Dominion machines to win, or the vote is going to be so swamped and they can't sneak enough of the ballots in to win, and they know
Oh,
this.
absolutely not. They will not be able to do it.
And
So
you
it
brought
doesn't
up
even matter.
Elvis earlier, and
Yeah.
I just got back from Graceland, so
Memphis.
we wrote her name on the wall.
And I think that Graceland's one of those places where Elvis is buried, so they don't have to pay taxes on the property.
Yeah.
I think Graceland is one of those places like Mar-a-Lago.
I'm definitely going back. Everybody talks about how ghetto Memphis is, but it was like I'm gonna go back to Graceland and go inside. So it's really cool.
Why not?
Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
how we haven't seen a lot of videos actually out of DC in a while, but everything like the IRS building's been shut up for however long, the CIA building's been shut up for however long, the
It's
FBI
boarded up
building's
now.
been like all these buildings are boarded the fuck up, and they almost use the insurrection as a way to keep us out of DC as well. Like this will be an excuse so we can have a closed inauguration, and then we all got the Hunger Games inauguration.
Well, yeah, like the razor wire around the White House. That was all like that's insane to me.
Or the military all turning their backs at Biden.
Does that
There's
not
still the
feel like
things.
they're real country-ish? Like protect the dictator?
It feels to me, this is what I feel like. Whatever the DC Fed is, that little piece of land, they, with the help of the media, are making us think we're under some completely different thing than's really happening. Like the only thing they're controlling anymore is the 24-hour news cycle. Well, we're controlling it now. That's why, even though it might be misinformation, it's better than their chosen narrative that they're running with. It's better if we just keep it sloppy. I'd rather keep it sloppy than let CNN or Fox News dictate what way this is going to go. They've done that enough. I'd rather just the world know it's a false flag and this
Is
is
it
messy as fuck.
BlackRock? Is it BlackRock behind it? Vanguard, the people who own it, maybe, or the ones or the families that we don't see that truly own it behind it, because they're the ones who usually pick the president. Maybe that whole conspiracy, if you want to go that deep.
Yeah, that's
And
what I think.
and he's not one of those, puppets, maybe. And he actually wanted to run and do something for this country because he actually loves this country. Maybe that, because I fucking love this country, and if I were president, I would make sure I'd protect everyone in it, because that's what a good leader does. Want to protect their people. I already have money. Why would I let my people suffer and go down as a horrible leader when I'm a man of honor and my word, and I want to see this country like flourish? Why is that so hard to see? Like, what
Well,
is so wrong with that? Like, I would do it. I'd be that fucking president, and
I'm
y'all would
Elvis.
hate me. Like, suck my dick then. Like, you'll see my wrath too, and that, like, I'm gonna be even realer. I'm gonna say the truth. I'm gonna say how I want in the style I want, and these are my words. No one's gonna stop me. And they block him everywhere. That's what he got.
If Elvis,
Tweets are bad.
he met up with Richard Nixon a bunch, and he was like an honorary agent, like federal agent or some shit. And I just think it's interesting, the celebrity faking your death thing, because I also think the paparazzi is a way you protect your spies. You just have the paparazzi follow them around all the time. So him meeting up with Nixon, and then I think Nixon deletes something off the Watergate tapes that has something directly to do with China. China already infiltrated the DNC. They're all infiltrated. This is all. And so I think Richard Nixon deletes something off the Watergate tapes to save his own life, and kind of ends up getting disparaged for the rest of time. And then you have an Alex Jones kind of Mossad agent coming in and telling you that Bohemian Grove is the number one evil place you should look. Every conspiracy theorist thinks that's the evil place, and nobody looks at Camp David ever again.
I don't know, man.
And I'm just like, what's Camp David named after?
What is the name after?
I don't know, but it's David to me. Who runs this mother?
Fucker. For what? A greater Israel. And it's coming to an Israel next to you. Wait, how does it go? Near you. There you go. It's coming. They bombed Syria around the time Trump was shot. Yeah.
What
Lebanon got bombed. Egypt is going to get bombed. And it's just going to go down to the Nile. That's their plan. Up to the Nile. And it comes from their mouths. They tell you every day. If they're arguing with you, this is what's going to happen to a Zionist, not a Jew, a Zionist. This and this and this and this. This is why everything is happening. Because sometimes I feel like who's really in control? Who supports Israel? Almost a lot of people in this fucking world support Israel. Why? For why? What is going on there? What's the need for that area? What's the fight and like the resources?
The
resources?
Big people I feel like that fight for that aren't actually Jewish are brainwashed Christians that think they need something with the Israel, like they need Israel to fill the prophecy of their book so they'll meet their Jesus again. It's like all in. They need it. They need the Jews.
Yeah, but they don't believe in Jesus.
It's Christian brainwashing with this thing.
It's Christianity. That's like, oh, Israel is God's chosen
Jews
people.
don't believe in Jesus as a Messiah, as anything.
It's
the
rapture,
Christians,
revelation.
yeah, the Christians all believe that the Jews are still God's chosen people because they're totally written into the book of Revelation. Like there's supposed to be 144,000 witnesses that they believe will be Jewish and who will suddenly believe in Christ and will spread the word, like to the people who don't get taken in the rapture. So the Jews are important, essentially.
So they say.
Right?
Who's Moses? Why do you have horns?
Why did he have horns?
And like, I don't know.
Noah's been depicted with horns too. This is where I'm like, what's happening?
That's true. Yeah.
What is happening?
But then some people say it's wisdom. Honestly,
why wouldn't you put a halo to represent wisdom?
Yeah, I don't.
Why don't they say that? Why don't they say every halo is just wisdom?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Mary here. That's her halo around her. That's wisdom.
I don't know, man.
Fuck. I actually feel like there is some kind of symbolism with any time they show a depiction of somebody in a painting and they're holding a skull in their hand. It's meant to represent that they're from a royal bloodline.
It's the ultimate divide and conquer that people, I don't think, seem to fathom, like a system that was created and ancient and it passed down through the families that run shit, maybe. Think about this for a second. Divide and conquer. Okay, so you have a group of, Jewish people that go by this law. And then you have, how many billions of Jews? Okay, you have maybe 2 billion or 1 billion, whatever. And then you have Christianity that came along. And how many more people are brainwashed with whatever system that they want to put in you and beliefs that they want to put in you? Okay, another billion. Then Islam came. Boom. Same thing. Another what? It's the fastest growing religion to this day. It's growing. And I feel like the more that they get people to believe in this system, wherever it came from, the more control that they can have. And I feel like that's their ultimate goal. Put these ideas in their head and let them manifest them into reality and use them to get our revelation. And what's their revelation? To bow down to Who? Who do they want us to bow down to and be slave to? The they? Who are the they? And we're the goyim, right? That's the revelation that we're all going to be their slaves. And they have paradise and we don't. We suffer. That's the story. If you want it to be. But they want it to be. I'm not lying here.
No, I don't
No.
think that.
I'm not lying here. We're the goyim. They say it. The Zionists say it. They say it out of their mouths. You guys are going to be our slaves. You're dirt. You're trash. F your Jesus, they say. F your Bible. F your Quran. They don't like Muslims because Muslims believe in Jesus. So there's that. So I don't know. It's a weird like triune of like confusion. Lots of confusion between the group.
Is it weird that confusion sounds so close to Confucius?
Yeah. I always thought that.
I always thought that too.
It's like odd, but I never said it aloud.
Especially because they're supposed to give you some sort of clarity in like simple terms. It's like
confusion. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know either.
I do think there's that quote.
Control the banks, control the world.
I wanted to say it was like Macy, Lacey, Casey. There's that quote that once the American people, everything they know is wrong, then our work here has been done. Our job here has been done by the CIA. That's what I feel like we're at right now.
Dude, I posted a post of this movie and it was about the Rothschilds. This is like little production. And the Rothschild who had the 4 sons that we see today, that a couple died already or 1 or 2 died, whatever. But the father of these Rothschilds were like, listen, you guys are 4 brothers no matter what. Honor your brother. If one goes down, all of you have to get together and pick that one back up. None of us fail. And this is how we take over the world. Banks. Take over the banks. You in one part of the world, you in one part of the world, you in one part of the world, and you in one part of the world. He split his sons up, took over the banking system with all the people that they knew and all their connections, and that's what we have today. Little by little. Insane.
The Red Shield.
We are the goyim. We gave it to them. We did it all for them. And we don't realize it.
But I think we do realize it now. In the same way that we don't and never have needed everybody. This is the same people that sit out there, all the doomers that it's been years now. How long have they been selling you your demise? And those same people that are all black-pilled, all of those people wore a mask every fucking day and then came on a microphone and told you how the end was nigh. How come I didn't have a mask on once, Layla didn't have a mask on once, and we aren't just talking? The people that are like the end is nigh are fucking cowards, and they're showing it to you every second of the day. They would eventually play along. They did play along, but they were very brave in front of the camera on the microphone. I didn't need anyone to watch me to be my same me that I am right here. And that is the difference. I didn't need a click. I didn't need you to send money to my Patreon so that I could be brave today and quit my job. No, I didn't need you guys to pay my fucking bills so that I could stand on with my own backbone. And so that is like such an interesting thing out there, is really think of all of the black-pilled accounts that you follow. And then think of where they stood during lockdowns and how wrong they were that whole time too. And the end still isn't nigh. And tomorrow there isn't still a doom cloud outside your house. So it's just like, how long are you going to keep just like having this anxiety and the world's against you and there's no good people in it because you're following just these do nothing accounts that are just there. They tell you things like loosh, 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 loosh. And the only thing looshing me around here is your black-pilled account. Unfollow. Like if my internet is the window I get to decide to look out of every day, I don't need your low hanging fruit take. That's really just like a repeat of all this other low hanging fruit take. Like,
Dude, and here's the thing, to be a good researcher is for you to even go into the black pill to see the bullshit that they like put together to make it seem like, oh, this person's part of this and you're not seeing it and they're partners with this. Dude, I've seen it all. I've seen it for every character. But again, it's part of the game, y'all. There's a plan to everything. And again, if I, and again, I'm saying if, but there are good people out here in this world who truly want to see this country do well. So even if they're hanging out with so and so, like let's say Trump, for instance, and he went to the Wailing Wall or whatever the case is, and you saw Trump do this, and he was in this interview, and whatever the case is, think about this country. And when he was
I have a
president,
real
and how
question.
great life was when he was president. It was
And
awesome.
Abbie.
Yeah.
Abbie, I don't know what your denomination is. Layla, yours or my own. I don't even really know what my
I
denomination
don't
is.
have
If we went on a
agape.
trip to the Wailing Wall, I'm
Oh,
going to tell you guys, I'm going to put my hand on it.
yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand on it.
Yeah.
Every
Respect.
pyramid I've been to, every capital I've been to, every event, there's certain buildings, there's certain monuments, there's certain relics, there's certain mountains, there's certain that I've had to put my hands on. And I would put my hands on that wall. And so anyone out there who they act like that's the end all be all, like I would tell you, like I don't want to walk around Mecca Cube, but if I would never be invited.
No, but you can still go,
But
but you as a person are going to respect what everyone's
what is
doing
going
there.
on
Yeah.
there? And so I
Yeah.
just feel like
If I go in a church, I'm going to respect what people do in a
I
church and
go
I'll do
into the
exactly what
Vatican to
they
take
do.
pictures and do everything. I'm not all the people there that are crying while the fucking plastic Pope mobile goes by. I'm not gonna, you're back in a pedo. You're back in a, I'm just fucking, it's just like some of the things that people act like they're better than that. It's like, ugh. If
The
you
Wailing
went
Wall
to
is Roman?
Stonehenge and you could touch it, would you not touch it? And then if you did touch Stonehenge and anyone had a picture of you touching Stonehenge, would they be like, pagan?
Pagan.
It's just like we're in this kind of retarded realm where I feel like people got too much information so fast. Every conspiracy in the world was open up to them. Like everything that we talked about on the false flags on Friday night, some people learned all that information in like 2 months of their real existence. 60 days, they got all that information inundated on them. That's why they don't know what's real or anything. It's
Yeah.
because they just got to the party. They don't know. They're like, they don't know who's drunk. They don't know who the
Mm-mm.
DJ is. They don't know who the good dancers are because they just fucking got here, you guys. They just fucking got here. You might think, oh, you're old school because you got to the party in 2020. You ain't old school. Like we've
Yeah.
already sobered up once.
Yeah.
We're re-drunk.
We're ready. Like whatever's coming, we're ready. And like now we know how to like use our energy wisely when it comes to all of this. Because literally last time around, oh, you thought I was hardcore now. You guys did not know how hardcore for Trump I really, really was. But now I'm like toning it down a notch and I'm observing and I'm giving people the truths that I know. And that's all. If they're true or not, whatever. Q or not, I don't know. Q or not to Q.
I just am like, I don't care. I don't make money from any New
Yeah,
York Times, New
we
York
just love
Post,
doing
any
this.
fucking thing. I'm not trying to be. Did I put out 10
Someone
pictures
in
of
the
the wrong
comments,
shooter?
someone
Huh?
in the comments is like, "Oh, Chaney probably works for the government and blah blah." What they say in the one of the comments? They're like, "How'd you know? Like, how coincidental is it that you had a show on false flag and then all of a sudden there's a false flag to happen? Like Chaney already knew something was up." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like to go that far to think like that you actually knew that this was gonna fucking happen. Like,
I didn't know, but my handlers kind of push me sometimes in my Masonic handler, Thomas,
mm,
is like, hey, what about if we do false flags?
mm,
No lean in on assassinations. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay. And then that's the picture that people clip of me, and then they're like, Sampaku eyes.
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck. That's the other thing too. It's just a matter of time. Like in the next 2 weeks, it's like that would be the funniest thing is, hey, Alex Jones predicted this, but not the Secret Society of Good Guys.
Yeah, no, it's obvious who or the magic behind it. Maybe the magic was for him not to die because in their timeline, the assassination that we all see is the one where he dies. And honestly, he turned his head, but up. Nope, not today, bitch. And maybe that was the spell. Like, so he doesn't.
Can you
And it
imagine
had
though,
to
for
happen.
real, y'all,
Hmm.
no matter what
Imagine.
you feel about Trump, if Trump was assassinated, that is chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is like if there is a Yaldabaoth snake that just comes crawling across our country, chaos. And how the left really all tweeted the exact same thing. It's like it's it's
He
almost like they're
missed. I can't
setting.
believe he missed.
No, not those fucking
Oh,
shitbag humans. The actual like politicians like the Obamas and Bidens and they all came out and posted the exact same thing about violence in politics. And I'm like, there is some videos about to come out of these motherfuckers that they are scared.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
they're gonna be like, deep fake, deep fake.
I can't. I can't. I can't. Especially with the ones who are like, I can't believe he fucking missed. They had an open shot. I'm like, are y'all fucking normal? Like, y'all ain't fucking normal. Like, seriously.
They're a
And
generation of narcissists being raised
dude,
by cryptocurrency, kudos and thumbs up.
y'all are not fucking normal. And most of them are getting canceled, which is fucking fantastic. But again, I blame Hollywood. I blame what's her fucking redheaded face, the one that's a transgender,
Kathy
ugly
Griffin.
Kathy Griffin and Rosie O'Donnell and those motherfucking bitches, The View, all of them, all of you motherfuckers, Johnny Depp, all of them. There's countless ones. He deserves to be shot. He needs to be assassinated. Da 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 da. Over and over again. Those are the people who are to blame.
So it's
They
like
are.
Panic in DC, Hunt for Red October, and I think the FISA. I think those are the 3 movies that all play at once. Doesn't it seem like we're like as we build up to October, it's because the summer's hot, like a hot summer, and then each month has its fucking thing.
On the next episode of the United States of America, Donald Trump gets shot,
People were like, Andy's out playing golf the next
assassinated.
day. But people are
Yeah.
like, that's an old video. And then people are like, he isn't doing nothing about the families. And then I heard that he already set up a fund and raised $2 million for the victims.
Yeah.
And somebody, all the fake stuff you can say about whatever you want on Trump's head. Let's take that away for a minute. That doctor that had clear fucking fluid all over his fucking shirt, that was brain matter.
Yeah. Blood and brain matter.
Yeah. There was a whole difference.
I
And
have the
seeing
video of that guy getting shot. Just didn't want to post it out of respect. I just didn't want that. I'm like, yeah, likes this, that. I don't care. That's not something that should be like shared and just like, oh, that was fake and then make fun of. I just can't. I know what loss is, and that's just disrespectful. So I wouldn't want to share something like that. You know?
I also think this is a way, like, I try to see what the news is saying. Are they going to, because if they take out Biden and they're like, this is revenge for the Trump shooting.
Wait, what?
If they take out Biden, then they're like, this is the revenge for the Trump shooting.
Oh God! And then, oh man, don't even say that. You put it on the fucking timeline.
Because then they get the sympathy vote. And then that way they're like, look, people just voted for Kamala because they felt bad because Joe Biden got killed. But they're trying to separate the country into 2. That's what they're.
Yeah, that's their goal.
Mm-hmm.
They want a revolution so bad.
And that's why I believe you have this certain right I call the faux right, the actual two wings of the same bird, the Bush right, that are the Elon Musks and Joe Rogans. That because see people they're like, Joe Rogan should have Donald Trump on. Joe Rogan's never going to have Donald Trump on.
No.
The CIA is never going to have Donald Trump on.
Mm-mm.
Never going to happen. And I also am curious if there will be some other attempt that happens, that there might be a reason everybody has to look to Twitter. And would there be a tweet or a post that was, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us?
Maybe we should all like tap in and just reread for how many thousands of tweets? Not tweets. Q posts are there?
4,000 something.
So yeah, 4,700 something, 47, I believe, something. 47.
Oh my gosh! I don't think we've done a Q episode of Secret Society of Good Guys.
No, we should. But I need to like relearn everything. It's been forever. Like I just
have a
stopped
guy.
queuing. Oh,
I still am in great touch with some great Q kids, and
do it.
I mean, we all might get yelled at a little because they're hella patriot. There's no room for
I know one too,
us
actually.
not knowing executive orders and us not knowing the war manual and us not knowing our state's constitution. Like when you get some of these cute kids, because they're on the fucking ball. They know every single play, who's made the move, it's like the same way flat earthers know more about the shape of the earth and all the scientific studies than any globe earther pretends to. This is how Q kids are about politics with anyone else in the normie world. Everybody thinks they know because they're educated off tweets and CNN or Fox News. But Q kids actually do research. And
some of you might know Script Keeper. He's a I mean, I don't know how long I know Script Keeper, but it's hardcore Q, knows the post. I mean, videos, proofs, this, that. I mean, and he's from New York, so he got that like fire that I do. So he's just like real passionate about it, real passionate about Trump and passionate about Q, and he's pretty good. So I need to go look at his page again, but some of you might know him in here. He's pretty famous in the Q world. But yeah, he's great.
John McAfee, turning heads. Fucking, I think this will be an interesting week. In my opinion, if the left is this panicked that they took this shot and missed, that because they know that they have no shot of winning this election. And if you believe our elections have always been selected for us at the highest levels, and maybe this is the first time they can't make that selection, except for the other time that Trump changed his schedule last minute and went to 4 key battleground states instead of going West Coast at all, and he avoided all Dominion counties. But that's for short attention span theater. We don't even have to go back to 2016. Yeah, I just if they're this panicked that they would take a shot at President Trump and missed, then that means the week ahead is going to be so off kilter for them. Like it's like their death rattle. They're rats cornered, and they're going to make mistakes and do sloppy shit. This is when I believe we're actually in the most innocent people are in the most harm's way. When bad people are panicked, that's when they get sloppy, and sloppy false flags happen. Weird, like MK Ultra stuff, turn up of frequencies. I just think this week, and how many celebrities died over the last 2 days, I think this week is going to be like, they're going to try to litter the news cycle. And it'll have to be a big story to keep. It's the way the news cycle works. It'll be whatever's going Monday morning. It cannot be Trump's assassination and his hero shot going into Monday morning's news cycle. They are going to have to take this news cycle with something crazy.
It's insane though. Like it's like every day it's a new thing, and it's always something else to fucking react to. One day it's Palestine, one day it's this, one day it's that. Throw this in your face. Da 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 da. Like at one point, are people gonna just get tired and not react anymore? Is that their goal? like psyop after psyop after psyop after psyop to the point where it's like, yo, nothing's happening. Like, why are we even doing this? That's what it's like feeling like to me. Like so often now, like all this shit that's happening, it's just so often now. Now it's like, oh, that now, oh, another school shooting, oh, da, 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 oh, another this. Like everything's just becoming so normal now.
Like we're all in video games.
Desensitizing.
Yeah, like we're
Mm-hmm.
all.
Yeah. Like, oh, another George Floyd.
The
Oh,
Queen of
another
England
this.
died.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Oh, another star died. Oh, big deal.
oh, Kate Middleton has cancer.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, the Queen's in
yeah.
the
That's
King
what it's
Hospital.
feeling like. I swear.
Oh, Trump
Am I
shot.
bugging? Am I bugging?
No, it does feel
No?
like we're so like our lives feel like WWE. Like we're
Yeah.
waiting like the next fireworks start and now flipping out of the cage corner is George Clooney.
It's a circus.
It does. It feels like every day, like some new celebrity or person that you forgot about. Like all of a sudden, now we're talking about Nancy Pelosi. She's like, oh, well, the left were all mean to me when my husband was trying to be assassinated, and everyone's like, Nancy, that was a gay
Really,
tryst.
where?
That is
Like
not
where?
quite the
Yeah,
same.
your husband was getting fucked in the ass. Shut the fuck up.
But I even
Like,
think that shit, in my opinion, makes me glittery red pilled. The amount of majority of people, even if they're just trolls and don't care about politics, if Nancy Pelosi ever brings up her husband, hammer time. It's hammer time, bitch. Like,
dun, dun.
yeah,
Wait,
it's
how
like
does it
we're
go?
all kind of their plan to desensitize us. Like they don't know what assholes we all are. Like how we still want to laugh. And
Yeah.
that if you can make a clever enough meme funny and like that's why Epstein didn't kill himself. That's what I always want to remind you guys of when you think you don't matter. You probably reshared a tweet that said Epstein didn't kill himself, that 10 normal people in your life even know the name Epstein that would have never known it otherwise.
Yeah.
So like you're the news now. Oh,
Can't touch it. Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch it. Dun, 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 dun,
if you ever
dun,
see
dun.
Hammer in the, like Hammer, he has that name because MC Hammer is fucking hanging.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah,
arm?
huge. Yeah.
Damn.
Like
Whoa.
if I'll pull up something.
Sam. Oh, what was his name? Mariah Carey's
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. McCannon.
Nick Cannon. Yeah, we'll pull up that next. Sorry to guys at the end of this show. Oh, I put pumps in the bump and you don't even want to know what kind of gross picture came up. Hammer. Ugh.
Hammer time.
Get off my screen. I'm so glad you guys didn't have to see it. I'm so grossed out. I would have felt
No, I want to
bad.
see it.
Okay, look. Oh, this is so great. I'm so
Y'all, it ain't for children. All right.
this is a perfect way to end the show.
Damn. What the fuck?
I like the girls with the pumps in the bump. Pumps in the bump. Pumps in
Is
the
that
bump.
him?
Yeah, that's MC Hammer. I like the girls with the
In
pumps
his
in the bump.
Speedo?
Yeah.
Speedo, right? Yeah, Speedo.
Yeah. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Okay. Nick.
That's a hammer.
This is so funny. Let's see. Look at this shit. What the fuck?
It's an arm. It's an
Nick
extra leg.
Fucking Cannon. No wonder he
What
has so
the
many
fuck?
kids.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Oh no, I shouldn't. Sorry. I should take his name in vain.
No, but
And for that,
I saw the Mexican guy when you said it. I saw that. Jesus Christ. Look at that shit. Okay. God damn, Nick Cannon's hanging to the left.
What the fuck?
Dang. Sorry to do that. You guys are at the end of the show, but you ladies out there, got you.
I'm awake now.
Oh, shit. Nick fucking Cannon. That's why Mariah sang so high.
E sharp? What is it?
Like, you know what though? One of my favorite videos that I would put the video, I should actually find it because it would be like Brittany playing with her dogs, Mariah Carey making the sound of the dolphin in its ear, and the dolphin gets so excited. Do you know what I'm
Wait,
talking
what?
about? When Mariah Carey swims with the dolphins. Oh my gosh, now I'm gonna show you this. This is one of my favorite things.
My headphones stopped working for a second. I don't know why. Oh, this doesn't work for this fucking shit. Shame on you,
This is
Layla.
perfect.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is so awesome. Sorry if this is loud, you guys.
Just a mess today.
Maybe you down some. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love this. That is the cutest thing ever, though.
So happy. Let's watch it again.
She could speak dolphin, bro.
She is speaking fucking dolphin. I wonder, okay, here's a question that I have. I wonder if you could have Mariah Carey in your birth tub and it would make your labor painless.
Hey, maybe she's like a, you know, in the club. Maybe she's some kind of like high mother priestess, like, you know, delivery. What do they call nurse thingy?
Oh my gosh, is Mariah Carey the orca of dolphin? Is she the oracle of Delphi?
Maybe.
I think that's a new Secret
I
Society of
don't
Good
know.
Guys t-shirt. I feel like Mariah Carey has to be brought into the Britney Spears zeitgeist of the Secret Society of Good Guys.
Yeah, butterfly, but dolphin.
I feel like Summer, when you see this part, make sure you're following Mariah Carey and tell us what she's up to.
Word, for real.
Yeah, we need to keep tracks on
Now
Mariah
I'm curious.
Carey. You guys were putting Mariah Carey on the timeline as a collective. All picture crazy Mariah Carey. Will she come out pro-Trump, anti-Trump? Will she just tweet butterflies? Who knows? You guys, you can all say it in the chat and it'll be time-stamped here because we're putting Mariah Carey heavily on the timeline.
Yeah, and Celine Dion. She lost her voice, the witch of the sea.
Groomed. Celine Dion is a groomed person.
She lost her voice.
Child. I've been watching her seizure disorders.
Ursula. That's Ursula. She shrivels up like the little shrimp that she is.
I feel bad for Celine Dion. She's like an Elvis person where she was kept in Vegas under conservatorship. And her manager, like, was her manager at the time. She was like 13. And then that became her husband and like groomed her from the whole time that he was with her. Like, I feel like he has a lady named like Adrian or something. And let me see.
I don't know. The whole child advertisement with her company and that weird shit, like that weird message behind it. I don't know. I don't know. Once you're in the game and you climb that ladder,
she's a shilly shill. But yeah, I'm gonna pull up a picture of her just to let you know, like, she's like a Britney that made it through the torture. This is her and her fucking husband, yo.
That's insane. She was a child.
She was a fucking child, and not just a child, probably a very talented fucking muse. Her voice was insane. It always was insane. And she was just a young fucking child. And this fucking predator became her fucking husband.
That's insane.
So she is
very. That was Mariah
groomed.
Carey too, yeah.
Yeah, she is very groomed, and she is very, like, there's nothing out of her mouth or her head that's even her own anymore. This is what I would call kitten sex programming, and they get passed around to all these fucking older gentlemen all the time. Mariah Carey with Tommy Mottola, you just said, another great example of this. Whitney Houston, another great example of a young lady passed around the industry. Britney Spears, another fucking example of a young woman. Aaliyah. What a fucking another example of these tiny children. That Diddy is just one example of how many of these sick motherfuckers exist. So yes, I know
Yeah.
Celine
And
Dion,
it's
like the
either
rest of them,
death
part of the
or
club,
just
but
go along with it. Or they literally fuck with you and just put you on meds and you become a drug addict. It's like those are the routes. And that's all you see in the industry. Either you become a drug addict, you die, or you follow the ladder. You climb the ladder. That's it. Follow the yellow brick road.
isn't it also interesting
Courage.
that Dyke Eminem is coming out with a new album? How much he hates Donald Trump, and he's like fake beard, and he looks like such a lesbian to me. Like even his beard looks how like trans men grow facial hair when they start taking testosterone. It's so phony, and
That's not the
his
real Eminem.
everything about his album
The,
seems to me like a knockoff of Ladders from Mac Miller. It's like how the death of Slim Shady or whatever. Like
well,
even
proof.
the picture, it's like he is the poor man's Mac Miller.
The rapper Proof was actually a big reason why Eminem got famous. Like a lot of his lyrics actually came from Proof, and that's what made Eminem famous. And a lot of people don't know this apparently. And they had a lot of beef in the beginning, and you could see it in interviews of them two talking about it. But I don't know who Eminem is anymore. But the real one that I know that first came out, yeah, he was good, but he wasn't as good as you think. There was a lot of ghostwriting involved in that too
I think
with
he
Eminem.
pretty much sucked. And I think he was a grooming of society that it became very okay for all of the world, including grown
Tupac.
men, to rap songs mocking, sexualizing young teenage girls. And not just sexualizing them in like, you can sit me in the corner next to Britney Spears and we can argue about who she gave head to first, like doing this kind of shit. And everybody's mocking this. Like, this is a grooming. This is pedophilia behavior and a grooming of a whole society to think of these young girls in that kind of way. And that's exactly, I just think
Yeah.
Eminem's so gross, like
Instead of
normalizing killing his wife. Normal, like he's to me, I can like Dr. Gay fucked Eminem, and that's why Eminem is who he is. Like Snoop Dogg's
not
called
just
Snoop Dogg for a
him, I think they
reason.
all ran through Eminem. They all
Yeah.
ran through him. He was a boy toy.
Yeah, there's nothing. I never thought he was talented. I always thought, how do you guys think it's tough for a gangster rapper to rap battle young teenage pop stars like Britney Spears and Christy? This is thug to you. You consider this hard. So when you drive around, this makes you feel masculinity inside. Okay. Like I always thought it was like so wild that anyone would ever like Eminem.
I did. I'm not gonna lie.
I never did.
Stan did it for me.
I never did.
I don't know. I did for some reason.
And even look at that, Stan did it for you. It's
Mhm.
not even that song. It's really the hook from Dido, which is all like that these rappers are up to. And the tears, I wonder why they're gonna bad at all. And the lean out of my
Through my
window.
window, and I can
Can't
see
see
it
it all.
all.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
the
I
jam right
do, it would
there.
all be
Dido
great.
slaps.
It's
Dido
a
doesn't get enough
picture
credit.
on my wall. It
It reminds
reminds
me that it's
me that
not
it's
so
not so
bad.
bad. It's not so bad. It's not.
I want to thank
Life is
you for
fucking
giving me the
great.
best day of my life. That's our jam tomorrow, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and men who see this, if you actually wake up tomorrow with your coffee and you're like, I'm gonna fucking put on Dido. I'm gonna put on this song, not Eminem in it, not any of his. Yeah, I'm writing a little song about Devin Saw because I'm a little pussy and I would be another man to write to another man and tell him that I'd kill my woman
Love it.
because I'm so in love with him. Really, I'm just in the closet homosexual. That would be the only type of thing that would make me have this much trauma and not be able to tell no one. Stan.
There you
Sorry.
go.
I feel that way about all those songs though. Like Toy Soldiers by Martika is a great song by itself. Like way
By
better
itself.
and so is like Love the Way You Lie by Rihanna. It's a fucking beautiful song by itself.
Or even There's that what was that fucking for the first Kanye fucking song that and it all falls down, baby, and it all falls down. That's a great song. There's like I don't know. I think it's Lauryn Hill. I don't think she sings it in the Kanye version. I think he took it off her unplugged and then made that the hook. But yeah, anyways, I think we should all wake up and listen to Dido tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it's not so
It's
bad.
not so bad. It's
And
not
maybe
so
if you
bad.
actually were to sing it in the mirror and thank yourself for giving you the best days of your life,
Hypnotize yourself.
and maybe the week to remember ahead is like we don't need everyone. 1% of the water changes the tide. One match can light up the darkest room. And so if we all just collectively decide to thank ourselves and feel that way going through the day, that I'm going to give myself the best days of my life are in front of me still. They're not behind me. They're not in some America that was great. They're not in some, it's like the best times are all ahead of us. They can't kill us.
Yeah.
Let's project
They
that into
can't
the
kill
reality
us.
mirror.
I'm
Because
gonna post.
that's
They
our
hate us because they
superpower.
ain't us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post this wonderful post for exactly this. It's called mirror hypnosis, and it's a spiritual thing since this is a mirrored reality and everything is smoke and mirrors. And it's like a really spiritual guide on how to, positively change your life for the better using yourself. You look at yourself, and if you could get a true mirror, the actual real true mirror that they sell, and like speak to yourself and communicate as if you were speaking to yourself and your inner child, and hypnotize and speak words of affirmations to accomplish things that you want in your life. I'm going to post it. It's beautiful. And I found it today, and I was going to post it, but I didn't have time because of the show. And yeah, you guys are going to love it. Follow me on God Pill Angel 333.
There's always good stuff on your page. And I feel like you put something else. I think it was your page where a guy was walking through the cemetery and he
Please
found.
show that.
Okay. That's what
Please
I thought.
show that.
I thought you were going to read that thing right now. And I
Please
actually
show it.
really liked that. Let me see.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say nothing. Post it. Show it.
Instagram, and we'll all go through together on Instagram, and hopefully nothing crazy comes up.
Yeah.
What in the fuck? See, I hope nothing crazy comes up. Thanks, Sam Tripoli. What the fuck?
Yeah, I saw that.
What the fuck? I never come on Project Chaney. That's why it's at the top. Let me see. Sorry, everyone who's written me over here. I will try to do better at that. Let me up. There's Godpill Angel, Tink. And how do I get to your page? And booty.
It is. Keep going.
Is it under Reels?
And keep going. It is. Where'd it go? No, keep going. No, go back up. The other way.
This guy.
There we go. Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Stones and monuments in this place. I just happened to come across this one. You gotta check this one out.
Oh, go down because the words will be up. When he, there you go.
On it, he is describing the simulation, the matrix, and he's calling it the dreamland. Listen to this. What if in this life should prove to be a dream, a slumber journey to be fancied sphere? Would the return to consciousness redeem the loss, eternal of the dreamland here? What if the scenes and friendships that seem real were but the vision of the revere? Would the awakening again reveal the picture of the dreamland mystery? Or would the thoughts reflected in review of the dreamland incidents recalled again forever pass away, as most dreams do, and not of the dreamland's memories remain? What if a choice were offered from above to live on earth, to dwell within the supreme, forgetting all the ties and endearments? Love in this strange life, if it should prove a dream. What if a future life, too, were denied, returning glimpses of the dreamland shore? What could God of all above provide in lieu of the lost dream, to dream no more? That was written in 1925. It's time to wake up.
Boom. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I love
think
it.
It's a perfect place to end.
I love
I
it.
love
Yeah.
you guys so much out there. I thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and follow us wherever. And we will see
Love you.
Sunday or Friday for sure. And if something crazy, I just have a feeling, I'm going to say this, feeling like a soothsayer. I just have a feeling something's going to happen before Tuesday or Wednesday that we'll be doing an impromptu live and just go on because I feel like we're going to have to catch up this week. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So I love you guys so much.
Love
Abbie,
you.
drive safe. And Layla, thanks as always for coming out to hang out on Ladies Night. And we want you guys to know that there is going to be other ladies that are starting to come hang out with us on Ladies Night. So if you have any suggestions of your favorite content creators that want to
I
talk
do.
shit and get off the rails with us a little bit, make sure you let them know about Sunday nights. And because we'd love to hang out with any of the broads. And the same being said for any amazing male content creators to come and hang out with us on Friday.
Ssgg.
And I've also seen some people suggest that the boys get together and they do their own episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. Guess what? That's never going to happen. It's not their podcast, it's mine. And so every other
There he
podcast that
is.
you really fucking watch is all boy panel shows all the time. 99% of the podcasts you take in are just men talking about two men about shit that has to do with all of us. So this is the one little piece of space that you're going to get on Ladies Night. There's never going to be dudes in this area. And you're
Yeah.
just, thank you guys for hanging out and allowing us this space.
Yeah. We're not your typical like, hey, this in fashion and blah blah blah. We're on that level of like awakened where men can be interested in what we say too. And you can learn a thing or two from women and see the women's side of things. It's not
Yeah.
just a male's world, it's a man and women's world. And we need each other.
It's a
So
man's
let's
world,
help each other.
but it wouldn't mean nothing without a woman.
It's not a man's world.
In the words of James Brown. I love
Who the
that.
hell is he?
I love that song. You should check out the lyrics. You might really like it too.
I know it is a good song. Yeah, I know.
Because he's
great song.
saying it might be a man's
know.
world, but it wouldn't mean nothing at all without a woman. Like
Yeah.
you make the cars to drive you all over the roads, and you make the buildings, and you make the things, but all the things are made because you made it for a woman. It's kind
Yeah.
of beautiful. Anyways,
It is.
I love you
Yeah.
guys, and we will see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Britney Spears, can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
What we used to think we knew is constantly explore the room. Our possibilities come true, so what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, mega mistakes, entertaining, calming linguists. Good guys. Forum of decorum needs a secretive society to advance on philosophies intentionally, magically good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mischief making. It's okay to change your thinking. Good guys. Good guys, good guys.
Bunnies. Hi. Okay, of course she's starving for the most attention because she's the youngest. Give me attention, give me attention.